I think I'm live on everything now. I think I should be live on everything. Um, and of hey everyone. I'm sorry if I'm not saying anything. Right now I'm literally just trying to make sure to YouTube, man, the internet's getting wild. I want to just make sure I do all my socials posts. So sorry if I haven't said anything. I just realized that I was live, but I hadn't spoken. Hi, friends. Um, two YouTube. We live in hell. I gotta say. Um, I'm literally trying to upload an image, and it's not working with me. It's not working with me. The Discord is not working with me. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're live. We're good. Everything's up. How was Coronation Day? Couldn't give a fuck. I told my mom I hoped King Charles got shot. And then she said, that's not very nice. And I said, anyway, everything should be up. Everything should be up. Thank you to my newest patrons, my newest patron, the wonderful Jesse Page Dawson, whose name couldn't fit in the little thing, so I had to shorten it. But thank you, Jesse. Love you for sure. Every episode is, of course, sponsored by my patrons on Patreon. It would have been very funny if he got shot. Yeah, we would have been very funny. I'm talking about King Charles, by the way. It's the monarchy. You're Americans. You don't care. I'm saying that because I know there will be somebody in my comments that'll be like, why don't you like the royals? Because they're rich and evil. Anyway. That's the most. Sorry, I just realized what I said. My mom called me a fake brick because I forgot about the query. Honestly, she's right. You are fake, but you're fake in the good way. The hell with it. Why not? Your mom's right. But in the way where being right isn't a very good feature of a person. Okay. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. I've prepped for this show a little bit, but some of the things I found out about that I wanted to talk about today literally happened like as the day was ending. Like I found out about, well, we'll break it down. We'll break it down. We'll break it down. We'll break it down. Gang, gang, gang. Today's a great day. It's an opinion conversation today, by the way. So please be morning, Magic Fire. Jesus Christ, your time zone must be nightmarish. Anyway, it's an opinion stream today, guys. So Remember, your opinions are valuable. I love them, and they will hurt me if you don't tell me them. So tell me everything. All right. It's a good day to die hard. One day I'm going to open this stream and I'm going to say this episode is brought to you by Ethereum blockchain. And you guys aren't going to be ready for that. Y'all aren't ready for that yet. You're not ready for that outcome. Tell me if the audio's all good. Audio's good. If it's good, then I'm going to go on. I feel like I'm peaking a little bit, but it shouldn't be too bad. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Webcomics Hubcast episode number 8? 9? I think we're on 8. I feel like they've double counted somewhere. Episode number 8. Let's say that. Today's episode is sub for sub for sub for sub for sub. I'm your host, Nen for sub for sub for sub. And this episode's title is very funny to me. I was actually going to call it sub expansion, like sub expansion. And then I literally went, that's going to get the wrong people watching this video. That's going to get me demonetized. So sub for sub expansion. Oh, my tweet got liked by a .eth Twitter account. Disgusting. Anyway. Oh, it's because I wrote NFTs in my tweet, one of those auto ones. Anyway, so today's topics I want to talk about. I want to actually get to that sub for sub conversation. I missed out on it last stream, but we're going to get to it this stream. Yeah. Pew, pew, pew. I want to talk about a comic platform that I have interviewed. I want to talk about a comic platform that you guys know I've interviewed. A platform where the CEO has said something that he have not kept up with. Holding companies responsible is pretty much my MO. And one of the things I want to talk about is the fact that he has gone to swim with the wrong crowd. And we're going to get to that more at 11. And also, I would love to talk to you guys about moderation issues on Webtoon. I actually have two separate examples. And to that end, I'm actually going to ask Pearl, one of my patrons who sent me the first time I saw this, to resend me the link of that weird Nazi comic. Okay, cool. Y'all didn't expect that. So we'll start off with what I think is the funniest conversation to have about this. Let's talk a little bit about CEOs not keeping their word. How about that? How about that? Cash me outside, etc., etc. This comes to me courtesy of one of my buddies today. I was having a normal one, to be honest. I was having a normal one, kids. And then your buddy, your pal over here, hold on, wait, is it sharing the right screen? Or is it sharing my whole screen? Sharing my whole screen. Your pal over here heard something in one of my streams, one of my last streams. I just love to show you. So, you guys remember this video I did with the CEO of VoiceMe? The CEO of VoiceMe specifically said something to me. This is a clip. This is a clip that was specifically said to me by him on stream as of 4 months ago. I think it was December. It was like December 30th I published this. And I'm just going to play it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not involved with NFTs. I mean, I think I've never got into it. My first impressions was just like it came true at the start. I was scared it was going to be a little scammy. It was going to be way too much hype on it, and it'll eventually die down. I think all that has come true, and that's why I never touched it, to be honest with you. However, yeah, I mean, I'm not involved with NFTs. I mean...
Why did I laugh? That was actually a little bit too loud. It's like 11 here. I shouldn't have screamed that loud. Anyway, so I say that you guys might then be like, but Nen, that was then, this is now. Maybe he's changed his mind. Maybe he's changed his mind. Well, you'd be right. He has changed his mind. In fact, I need to find. I was looking at the tweet like literally moments ago, and then because I was doing like streams for us, I lost it. I was doing the stream tweet, I lost it. But I'm just gonna open the account of the person I remember who posted it. There. There's their account. This was tweeted by the account NFT King 42, which was retweeting something from the company Valeria Games. And I just want to make sure I have all the right tweets because I don't want to lose anything. I don't want to like show you guys the wrong thing. Okay, cool. So Valeria Studios, guys. Valeria Studios is an NFT game studio. That's it. They're an NFT game studio, and they're currently partnering. And I just want to make sure. Let me share this right. They're partnering with VoiceMe. I'm going to read the tweet to you. Announcement. Valeria Games is thrilled to announce our partnership with VoiceMe, the largest North American manga comic production studio, to create a 20-chapter webtoon series on the epic land of Valeria, advertising their game, Land of Valeria. You might be like, that's not enough information then. Well, I will then posit this to you. This says, specifically from Valeria Games, the specific studio, it says, early footage of our initial blah, blah, blah. This is an NFT person talking about what Valeria Studios offers. Valeria Studios staking in days, seamless Web3 to millions of Android iOS players, exciting gameplay, lifetime access token distribution form from Manga, 1.8 million VoiceMe customers. And it even added them. Phygital boosters, TCG, future IP lines. They're doing merch. They're doing fucking the manga. The man has said to multiple people that he would not be getting involved in NFTs. Every single day since that fucking interview with the VoiceMe CEO, I have gone from like, when I did that interview the first time, I was like, kind of all right. Every single day since then, I have gone from like feeling mid about him to continually feeling like he's just a fucking tech bro. I don't believe a word he says anymore. He's a fucking liar. Like, you lied to my face. You can commit no worse crime than lying to my face, in my opinion, at least. So, like, like it's so frustrating for me because, like, and you might be like, but Nen, that's not enough information. Maybe that's not enough. You need more. I need you to give me a little bit more. You know, I want you to give me something from Twitter. When you show me stuff that's on Twitter right now that I can use, I can look at, I can show as proof. Okay, here is a great one. The Valeria Studios Ethereum blockchain. This is the same game studio that they're working with. Another Ethereum blockchain. Their what do you call it? Migration process as they start to do their whole ETH stuff. I'm not gonna pretend like I understand crypto anymore. I don't care about it, so I don't even keep up. There. Oh, you want another one? Here is a tweet where they're pinged, so they could easily refute and say this isn't true, saying that they're going to be doing their NFT project. There's like, why are you promoting an NFT company? By the way, for context of anyone who doesn't know it, almost every NFT game is a fucking scam. And if you want to see the game that he's caping for so hard, I think there's footage of this game. I want to see the game that he's had to cape his company for. Tried to put his company down for. I think this is one. I think this is it. Is this the one? Yeah, this is them because that's their logo. I need to mute this shit before they fucking copy claim me. Just a quick aside here. Reminder. Oh, that's the wrong image. Reminder. This is their logo. Look at the logo. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind because I need to show you. This is a tweet. From a person called Cat whatever. This is the game the man is like putting his company down for. Their name was at the end too. This is what you put your what? Auto chess? A shittier version of TFT? This is what you staked your fucking reputation for? Shitty TFT. You fucking, fuck me. Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so angry. I'm actually very angry. You lied to my face for shitty TFT. You stupid fucking bastard. Oh, cunt. I can't. Like, I'm really angry, actually. Like, am I unreasonable to be this angry? I'm angry. By the way, hey, Cassie. I'm angry because like he said to me he wouldn't do NFTs. He said to other people who wouldn't involve himself with NFTs. He wouldn't involve himself with the space. Maybe he meant not making his own NFTs, but like working with an NFT company and exposing the 3 or so million people, monthly active users you have, or as they said, 1.8 MAU you've got on your platform to NFTs is quite irresponsible. It's so on the line. It's basically over the fucking line. I thought this would be funny, and then I literally started talking about it, and now I'm really pissed because the clip of him saying he won't work on it. I'm just gonna play it one more time for the people in the back. The clip of him saying it was to me, into my face,
And I think
and he said,
Hey again, it's man.
God, I hate this. I need to click on the actual thing. I need to click on the clip that someone made for me. Here, the clip is him saying, and he quotes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not involved with NFTs. I mean, I think I've never got into it. My first impressions was just like it came true at the start. I was scared it was gonna be a little scammy. It was gonna be way too much hype on it, and it'll eventually die down. I think all that has come true, and that's why I never touched it. To be honest with you, however,
what does he say right after that? Actually, let me just let's just hear that. I want to just hear that.
NFTs as a whole. I mean, this is me more myself. I was doing more research in it. I think it's very similar, or I guess Web3. You know, it's the whole. It's kind of sync them together in the same boat usually, sometimes. But
yeah, almost always people put them in the same place.
Yeah, I mean, I see it too. Just like when the .com kind of errors.
So wait, like he's. I hate him so much. Every time I go back to this interview, I just realize how much of a scummy liar he is. Anyway, I don't want to be a dick. I try not to call people ad hominems. I try not to like immediately put you into a box. But like when you say shit to me that is just a regular process of you telling me it's a scammy space, I try not to be involved. I wasn't involved before. Yeah, I'm interested in Web3, but like it's about the technology. Like, whatever, fuck this guy. Anyway, if you want to make money, go to a company that will respect you and has a long-term understanding of the industry that you're working in, and not the one that's going to associate themselves with NFTs. VoiceMe, that's voice.me, is associating themselves with NFTs and peddling NFTs to their 1.8 million users. The CEO has on multiple occasions, not just to me, but to other people in the town halls that they do in their server, told them that he's not going to involve himself with NFTs, that he doesn't want to. Multiple accounts of people telling me that he doesn't want to involve himself with NFTs. Nobody has a recording, unfortunately, because they stopped recording their town halls, uploading the recordings of their town halls at some arbitrary point. But multiple people have told me he has said this to them. And also, there was also that one time when there was a big uproar in the server about it. So his community doesn't want him to do it. He doesn't want to be doing it. He says he's not going to be doing it. Here he is doing it. He's a fucking liar. Don't work with people who lie to your face. Don't work with people who lie to other people publicly. That's just the worst thing you can do for yourself. Okay, thank you, bye. This fucking dickhead. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't like, I've been trying to swear less. I literally have been writing a program to check me when I swear and charge me money. But like, so I stopped doing it. But I've never been so angry about somebody lying to me. I hate when people lie to me. It makes me feel unvalued. But anyway. The bag above all else, I'm saying this. Not dude, I wish I had the bag. Look, I should start doing that. You know what, guys? I'm gonna get a Ridge Wallet advert. Oh my god. Anyway, can we talk about sub for sub? I'm not gonna talk about the. Oh no, actually no. Let's talk about the weird right-wing company. Could it be possible he doesn't have as much power within the company as he thinks? He's the thing is, Cass, there are only 2 people in charge of that company. Like 2 or 3 people in charge of that company at any point, and he's one of them. He sold a bunch of the company to, he got a bunch of venture capital money. But I don't think he sold that much of the company because he talks about how he still has a controlling interest in the company. So he has all the control. He made the choice to lie to my face. He made the choice to lie to everybody. It's a lie. Like it's the scummiest sliver of a lie, because he could have just told me I want to do NFTs. And you know what? I think he was a cunt, but at least I'd respect him for being honest. He just couldn't do that. The guy who runs Okita, now Zero X Manga, Kevin Moses, I don't like his platform. I don't like the fact that he's integrating NFTs into it. But you know what I like about him? From day one, he said to me, I'm going to be putting NFTs in there. He never lied. He never pretended he wasn't going to involve himself with it. Never pretended he was going to involve himself with crypto. He was just like, I'm doing this. This is what I want to do. I want to involve it. I think it has value. And you know what? I respect him for that. I think his platform is bullshit. I think that the people he runs with are dickheads, but I respect him. The Okita guy said it from like day one. Like, I had like a private interview that I've never released that is sitting on my computer with him, where he tells me things like how he wants to be like Luffy from One Piece, which is honestly the most adorable shit ever. But yeah. No, they told you that. Dude. he said he was trying to separate. I got him to like integrate less. Like, he told me basically you don't have to use NFTs, but like if you did, it's available. That's what he was going for. Also, he spoke to him and he said that he wasn't involved. He was trying to separate from crypto and NFTs. My dude, please share it. I feel, who can I trust in this industry? Who doesn't lie to me? Like, holy shit. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Who's not lying to me right now? Who is not lying to me? Who? You know what? The only thing I've got going for me is that Tapas isn't lying to me. They told me they hate me, and they've kept it. They've kept to it. Tapas has never pretended not to hate me. That's for sure. That's for sure. They've done that from day one. I trust them 100% to hate me till the day I die. Such a stupid fucking situation to find myself in. Like, I thought this was gonna be like dumb and goofy, and the longer it goes on, the dumber this is. Anyway, I have a migraine, but you can trust me. I would like to like talk to somebody in the industry and not feel like I'm being lied to. But whatever, I guess. This is my Joker arc. This is the start of my Joker arc, guys. This is how I go crazy. This is how it starts. I do this. I do this stream. I talk about how it's really bad that I want to talk about sub for sub, and then I go down my Joker arc in the first like 30 minutes. God, you gotta hate it. You gotta hate it out here, man. God. Okay. Hey Cheesy, you've been gone a while, but you missed a lot of stuff I just said. Voice Me lied about involving themselves with NFTs. Apparently, Okita lied to creators about involving themselves with NFTs. These are two comic platforms. Webtoon has a moderation issue. There's Nazi content on there. And what else? Sub for sub is bad. Anyway, that's the information I have for you today. Anyway, moving on from Voice Me lying to me and Okita lying to Crumbs, to friend of the show, Cat. Let's talk about something. Let's talk about something a lot less stressful. Let's talk about Nazis. So, let's talk about Nazis and moderation. I think that's the less stressful topic of the day, to be honest. I think that's where we can like relax. So you guys know about Country Balls, right? You guys know about the whole Country Ball cartoon thing from like the 2000s, like very popular back then. Like, well, there's if you guys know about Country Ball, there's a creator on German Webtoon, who, from what I understand, is Irish, or at least grew up in Ireland. And they're very young, like about 18-ish. So I'm gonna try my best. If like I'm gonna do something I didn't think I was gonna do initially, but I'm gonna do it now. I'm going to like delete their author name from the page before I show you the story. Okay. So Yeah, like Poland ball, the flag head balls, all that stuff. Well, here is a comic on Webtoon Germany called Farewell, War or Love, Country Humans, which is their concept, which is kind of like a riff on the country ball. I've deleted their names, so hopefully nobody can identify who they are, but you can see the names, like whatever, you're gonna find it. And like the creator is making a comic. By the way, Dritte Reich means the Third Reich und Soviet Union. um, okay, this person wrote a comic about Nazi Germany and Soviet Union and the Soviet Union being friends, and hanging out and falling in love and making out. And the thing is, this has been reported. I want it to be clear. This is still fucking wrong. This has been reported to Webtoon. Nothing's been done. It was reported, what, a week ago? A few days ago? Let me check when I got the message. The 30th. No. Yesterday. It wasn't the 30th. It was yesterday. My bad. I have like my message I got about when it was reported was yesterday. It was reported yesterday. But Webtoon hasn't taken it down. It's very obvious, like to anyone with a brain, it's very obviously like not okay. Okay? But Webtoon's left this up. Webtoon has left this up. Webtoon has left this up. Now, I want to ask you guys a question. You know, you think Webtoon seems pretty lax, doesn't it? Like, you know, it seems like a company that just has some really lax rules and doesn't really care that much. Well, you know, for all the laxness, like letting somebody draw a Nazi ex-Soviet Germany fuck comic, Webtoon is very happy to ban a creator because they are calling out the AI bros who are stealing content. Swastikas in Germany are super illegal. Insinuating the German flag in any way that's obvious, the Nazi flag in any way that's obvious, I think is still illegal. Like, it doesn't have to have this swastika. It has to, like, any insinuation is still super illegal. Like, it's so fucking weird. So making a comic called Dritte Reich und Soviet Union is... I'm gonna die, man. This is fucking killing me. But anyway, Webtoon let that go, but they permanently suspended this creator. The creator's name is Jag. The creator's name is Jag. They permanently suspended Jag because she's been on Webtoon going to comments of a specific AI comic. I forgot what it's called. Or I think multiple AI comics, in fact. And one of the comments that she left was, "You're honestly a hypocrite. On Reddit, you said you use novel AI, which is experimented with stable diffusion. That site is not ethical at all and does indeed steal images and art from artists without permission. You should have kept this in drafts." Kind of a, honestly, powerful comment. But it looks like they've been blocked from commenting. Like, this is a Webtoon. This is like a Webtoon email. They're blocked from commenting on Webtoon. Yeah, on Webtoon. I don't think this isn't their subreddit post. Yeah, because as somebody who moderates the subreddit, Webtoon subreddit, I could just unban her. This looks like a Webtoon email because this is not. Yeah. The sub, they just say the sub. But this looks like a Webtoon email. I'm on the Webtoon subreddit. I can just unban her if that's the problem. I can unban her right now. But like, this is not okay. And also, Webtoon's banned this creator, permanently banned this creator from commenting because she's calling out a comic that's producing AI content and saying that this is not ethical production. It should not be on Webtoon. But because Webtoon is spineless and has no stance against AI, or at least no stance on AI. Yeah, they can do that. They can block you. No stance on AI. This is more of the problem than the AI comic taking up space, cluttering, and providing no value while stealing other people's creative works. Which makes no sense because Webtoon shouldn't be allowing work that cannot be copyrighted to be posted by people. Right? Like, something is wrong there, right? Am I crazy? Something's wrong there. Also, great thing that was pointed out by Pearl in chat. German Webtoon creators had to change their comic thumbnails because they were too sexy. But on German Webtoon, you can be a little bit too far right. you know, you could just be a little bit. You can do the right thing. Why are they kissing? I don't understand. Why are they? Why are they together? These are two. Wait, they have kids? I just realized they have kids. They have kids in this comic. Oh, the chapter 2 is just like they're just hugging. Wait, they just what? Oh my god. Remember them pushing Dream SMP comics hard at the peak of fandom popularity. Yeah, that should be like something is wrong with that. Like something is wrong with this whole process. Webtoon is acting really fucking weird, to be quite honest. Like you're blocking a creator for pointing out that non-copyrightable content is being posted by someone who has no rights to those images. And that should be off of your platform. And you're letting some 18-year-old post Nazi Germany X fucking Soviet Union BL. I'm confused. I'm confused. This doesn't make sense. I am so fucking confused. What? Someone clip that. Somebody needs to clip what I just said. Like I need everything I said from like you're banning somebody from complaining about non-copyrightable content all the way to I said like Nazi ex-Soviet Union BL. That's a statement I need to keep. I need that for science. I need that clip. Jesus Christ. Like, what is going on? What's going on at Webtoon, man? What's going on at Webtoon? Like, I know Webtoon Germany is basically like dead in the water, but like, you know, at the very least, if you're gonna keep pretending like you've got a heartbeat, do your job for a little bit. Gang, I'm so sorry about the ads. Look, I'm doing my best. All right. Like, please stop bullying me. I'm not Susan. No, she's not the CEO of YouTube anymore. I need someone who edits all this into TikTok digestible stuff. I need one person. Who wants to do that job? I'll pay you. DM me. It's so dumb. It's so fucking stupid. Like I brought these two things because I thought the two topics of the day, the one of like voice me CEO lying to my face, because he did lie to my face. And at this like weird moderation situation. Thanks, by the way. Are just like the strangest things that could happen to me, if I'm honest. Like as a creative person, it frustrates me when people lie to me, and it frustrates me. It frustrates me when oh, thanks for the messages. It frustrates me when people lie to me, but it frustrates me even more when somebody when there's a double standard on a platform that doesn't make sense. Like double standards kind of happen. They happen over time, right? Like, you know, some things get left off, people forget to do something. Double standards like are a natural occurrence, but they usually get rectified over time. But like this is a situation of Webtoon having a reported comic. It's reported. People have reported this comic. The weird Nazi X whatever comic. They've reported it. It's still up. It was posted in September of last year. Although for some reason it says September. Oh no. What? The dates on this are so weird. It's either saying okay. So it's posted in the 9th of the 9th of April. Who I don't know why it's got the American dates on now. That's really weird. Anyway, the 9th of April and the 2nd of May. Enough time for anybody to have seen it. Like and like they've done nothing about it, but a creator making a benign comment, which is basically this is not ethical content and this is also not copyrightable, is the thing you're gonna shoot them for. Like, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? What is our deal right now? And I know Webtoon DE and Webtoon US are not the same fucking company, but it's just really strange that like the way the overall company operates in the non-Korean world. It's such a weird decision. Like I feel like if it wasn't for the fact that Germany was so bureaucratic, reporting this comic would get this website it would get Webtoon Germany inundated with shit. Like I just wouldn't do it because the amount of forms I'd have to fill out in Germany to report it just isn't worth it. Yeah, Gregor Samsa on our way to the trial. Dude, we're living. Poor Gregor. This is true. We're literally living in we're living in interesting times, you know? We're living in interesting times. Well, anyway, thanks for sending me that evidence. It wouldn't take long to take down this comic. They could have taken it down in the span of this stream, but like they're not gonna, so whatever. Anyway, let's talk about the really nice conversation I wanted to have a conversation with you guys about. Guys, you guys ever get DMs from people asking for a sub for sub as a creator? Was something that happens to you? Does this happen to you? Has this happened to you as a creator? Sub for sub posts on forums, like the Tapas forums. Yeah, it's like Webtoon is for follow for follow. It's follow for follow. It's sub for sub. It's click for click. Like view for view. Right? Question. I have a genuine question. Was there ever a time in your career as a creator, from day one? I'm talking like early you. Okay, young creator you. Was there ever a time you thought this works? I just want to know. Was there ever a time as a younger creator, as a newer creator, as a struggling creator, you thought this works, or you did it because you needed the subs? I just want to poll my audience, and I want to make it clear. If you think sub for sub is good, I'm not here to judge you. Right? I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to make you feel bad. I actually promise I'm going to be 100% super nice to you. I don't think anything's wrong with you believing that when you start out. I think there's something wrong with it long term, but starting out, I don't think there's anything wrong. Let's read some comments. It's dumb because it doesn't guarantee engagement. I pray for divine retribution for all companies that have wronged us creatives. Okay, that's a different comment. It bloats your numbers and isn't accurate to who really wants to see your content. Seems bad for the likes, views, ratings to subscriber ratio or whatever, because they probably aren't rating and liking all the episodes. Okay, I commented about the sub for sub scam on Reddit and people downvoted me. Lol. It's not a scam, but like a field strategy. What's actually Eddie? What do you mean? I'm saying Eddie Munson in Brazil. I know who Eddie Munson is, so I just need to say Edmund, whatever. I'm gonna call you Edmund. Edmund, what do you mean? I need to understand. Like, what do you mean by what did you post about? What was this up for sub scam? Also, Margie says, okay, to be honest, I did fall for the very first person who did it to me because I wasn't familiar with how empty it was. They ended up unsubscribing like a week later. So the worst part is they're not even keeping up to it. And Magic Fire says they never believed in it actually. It's like Eddie Newgate. This is a new name, or a name I've seen before, but I've forgotten. Hey Eddie, like a pyramid scheme collapses when you run out of people to offer. Yeah, you're right, Ed. You're right. It's like you're down, and the worst part of this is it's a worse pyramid scheme. Because at least in a pyramid scheme, if your downline could at least make you $1.50. This pyramid scheme, your downline is full of people who are too busy reading their comics and crying to even make you $1.50. Sub for sub is dumb. I want to have a hard stance on it. Sub for sub is dumb. It's wrong. It doesn't work. I don't mean it's wrong in like a moral sense. I mean it's wrong in just like the logic of reality sense. Morally, it's pointless. Like it's dubious. It's neutral at best. It's a situation where you get nothing, right? Because somebody's subbing to your comic because you sub, basically promising an exchange, a sub for sub exchange. If I'll sub to you if you sub to me, gives you nothing because that person doesn't know you. Like I sub to sub for sub with some of my friends, but they're people I watch. A great example is my producer, Rosie Bird TV, also known as Tyler. You've heard me scream her name multiple times. Tyler's a friend. Tyler's a dear friend, right? Like a deeply close friend. And I sub for sub with Tyler, but that's because we're buddies. We watch each other's content anyway. Or I sub for sub with my buddy Somni. I watch her content. Or my buddy Cassie, whose content slams me in the face on my phone because a lot of it is shorts, and every time I open the short section, I get assaulted. But I do it. I engage with it because like these are my buddies. I drop the like, I drop the follow, because these are my friends. There's a solidarity I'm trying to form there. But like I think once it comes to, and I say I think I know, once it comes to the wider situation, When you're dealing with strangers you don't know that well, people you don't know very well, right? Subbing to them has no value. Sub for subbing with them has no value. Um, so I guess the question I'm still thinking about is why do people bring it up? Now, I want to kind of preface this really quickly. I'm going to show you guys a tweet where somebody disagrees with me. And I'm saying that because I want you to know that, like, when I show you this tweet, I don't think this person who's disagreeing with me is dumb. I think they're correct. I think they're smart. I think they're making a good point. I just want to kind of explain, like, I want to bring their perspective up, is why I'm bringing it up. Anyway, so a few weeks ago, if you follow me on Twitter at webcomics_hub, you'll always be plugging. You'll have noticed I made this tweet. Sub for sub is quite literally one of the most toxic behaviors in the creator community. It's often perpetuated by people with poor opinions of their own work, a poor understanding of the platform's growth mechanics, and exists entirely to satisfy one person's sad little ego. This is in response to Clara Cero. I don't know how to say her name, but I hope it's right. Getting a DM on Instagram, someone saying, "Hi, let's subscribe to each other's Webtoon series on Webtoon and Tapas," and it doesn't seem like Clara knew who this person was. The disagreeing comment was from Matthew, who makes Swords Comic. I actually read Swords Comic, so it's not really that weird. And Matthew said, "I don't know, it seems like punching down to mock people for having a fragile ego. Most artists aren't good or mindful about the marketing aspect of their work. That's not exactly a secret." That's the perspective that Matthew's bringing. I don't think it's correct. And I think that, like, it's important. I'm saying this because I think it's important to, like, highlight that, like, I do see that perspective the longer I've thought about it. I see the situation of the ignorant young person making that mistake. But in my experience, sub for sub has never been done by newer creators to me. It's always been done by very old creators who are just very insecure. Paris says, "I knew immediately that those messages were off, especially because of the way they're worded. I don't know. They always felt soulless and looking out for themselves for the sub for sub stuff. I don't like having to like people because they like me. Give me something valuable." Yeah, right? I think that the people, like, my theory, genuinely, as the longer I think about this, the more I become empathetic to the situation. The longer I think about it, I start to see Matthew's point a lot more. And I'm thinking that maybe these people just feel so lost in the creative environment, right? That they think this is the only way. But they can't be so ignorant as to not know this doesn't work. They know this doesn't work, right? Like I feel like it's pretty obvious. Like, just on a fundamental secondary school level, so what I mean high school, like early high school level, like mathematical perspective, getting a random subscriber does not mean growth. Like, it should just be obvious. And if you had to get your subscribers one for one in a sub for sub game, you would take ages. What about trading links or cameos from other comics as ads? I think those are different, because I think trading links is something that people do to get to know each other. I love, like, I remember when a lot of you joined the Discord, I was in the call, and I think it was Kylie or someone else was like, "Hey, let's swap links, right? Just so we can see what everyone's making." I think that's like a community thing. It's like walking into a room and passing around a blunt or sharing a drink. Like, it's a fun thing. The cameos also often need to be done because you like that person's character. Like, I don't know about the rest of you, but I would only draw someone's character or even put their thing in my comic because I respected them and I liked them. Because the thing is, if I don't want to be associated with Nazi country humans person. So I don't know. What do we all think about the art moods tag? I've seen it essentially. I think I've seen that it's essentially sub for Twitter. I don't agree with that. I think art moods is an important part of, like, networking in the community. I feel like there's a very fine line here between networking in the community and like engaging in the what I would call negative aspects of sub for subculture, right? I think networking is one in which we mutually benefit. A great example is this. Gleamy is someone who lives in the UK. There's not a lot of UK creators, right? And I personally don't know a lot of UK creators. And in my perspective, Gleamy is a pretty important person for me because it's like I get to meet someone in my community, right? Like, that's how I'm seeing it. Gleamy is someone in my community I get to meet, I get to know. And like when I want to go to events, when I want to do stuff, following Gleamy on Twitter or adding them on Discord or whatever is a great way for me to like know what they're doing, or reading their comics is a great for me to know what they're up to, and like keeping track and being like, hey, let's go to Thought Bubble together. Gleamy and I are actually going to go to Thought Bubble together, right? Or like if I go to MCM Comic Con, which it's looking like I might, Gleamy and I will go to MCM Comic Con together. Like that's a community thing, right? I think that's like a networking thing. That's mutually beneficial because the relationship is valuable to both of us. But I think sub for sub is one where the only thing is gain, and the gain is never equal. Here's an example. If you're a 10,000 subscriber comic, what's one extra sub? If you're a 1,000 subscriber comic, what's one extra sub? But if you're a 50 subscriber comic, an extra sub is like what? What's 1 over 50 times 100? 2% of all of your, oh, you didn't get into MCM? Oh, that sucks. Actually, that's very sad. But okay, let me focus. An extra sub when you're a 50 subscriber comic is 2% of your total sub count increase. That's a lot. Like that's a lot of increase percentage wise. And I think when it comes to sub for sub environments, you will notice that like it will never be somebody on equal footing to you asking you for that. Or even someone who's so low that one sub adds value. And like whenever I look at their comics, they're either very young people. Like, you know, I have a DM that's been sitting in my DMs on Twitter from someone asking me to look at their comic, but like not giving me more than just an image, telling me about when the Kickstarter is coming out, right? And I think that's I have a DM from someone like that, but they look like they're new and starting out, whatever. I'm leaving them alone, right? And like when it's a new creator, I think it's fine. I think I let it go. But like often I get it from advanced creators. I used to know this person who was very spiteful and bitter because they thought that Webtoon wasn't recognizing them because of the genre of their comic. They made like a military style comic, right? And so they and for that person, it would be very likely that they could act in a way where they start asking people to sub for sub, which I don't think they ever did. But for that person doing that, right? That's a long-term creator. They acted very spitefully to other creators, and it'd be very easy for them to act in such a spiteful way as to be like, sub to my comic for a sub for sub. And like those people are the people I tend to experience more. People who are like bitter, embittered, and not doing really well, and have not tried to engage with their comic as a piece of art, or engage with their comic on a broader scale, or try different things. They just want to increase number instead of trying to change themselves or improve or get somewhere else. And it happens a lot in Webtoon communities as well. And I think it happens in part because we're very bad at talking about how we feel about shit. Like I've been in Webtoon conversations where somebody would just be a domineering asshole. And you know, apart from when I'm a domineering asshole, someone else being a domineering asshole. And they're not even making people happy or laugh or whatever. And like people just let that happen. And I don't know how you guys deal with that shit. And I think the community itself like is dealing with the fact that there's a lot of people like that who are also really scummy, who would also do a sub for sub message because they want to gain. Like, am I making sense? Like, am I painting a picture? Like, I feel like for some of you, I just painted somebody in your brain. A picture of a person has come to mind. And like that's really fucking weird. Yeah, like I think if you're going to engage in an environment where people want people to see your work, I don't know. You want to be in an environment where it's more about either that you're contributing, you're providing value to other creators, and then they're providing value to you, or one where everybody is sharing just because it's a promotion spot, but it's not about trying to make everyone else subscribe, other creators spend their time subscribing to you. Does that make sense? I don't know. Like this sub for sub situation annoys me because I'm trying to be very delicate. I don't want to call someone a cunt for no reason yet. To me, it feels like those messages where they ask you to collaborate by sending some of their product, but those sub for sub messages feel very copy paste type of scam. Yeah, it makes sense. Is it because they believe that the fluff numbers will attract organic engagement by making it appear more popular to consumers/subscribers? That does work. After getting 1,000 subscribers, I started taking a lot more seriously. And look, I'm a very small channel. Like I'm not really important. But after getting over 1,000, people start taking me more seriously because for some reason, getting 1,000 and averaging like 200 to 300 views is good. And people would like engage with me genuinely. So I can see where they get that idea from, but like it's only works if you're getting the engagement on top of it. I feel like from Gleamy, I feel like it's kind of in the same vein as people asking for critique. When you ask for what specific things to get critique, they just say, "I don't know everything." I hate those people so much. I see what you mean though. It's people who are like, they just want you to give attention to their work. They don't get any attention, so you're an avenue for them to get attention to their work. Yeah, I see that happening a lot. Um, and then like, but if you critique them the wrong way, they get mad at you. This is such a weird, like the community is really weird. I feel like the community is because I love the webcomics community. I love engaging with other creators. I love talking to artists. But like anytime stuff like the sub for sub situation comes up, or any other situation where it feels like like a specific type of creator is trying to prey on the niceness and the generosity of the community with the for the to just get benefit that isn't even a real benefit. I feel like every time that happens, like we have conversations like these, where we just talk about what can we do, and we realize we just need to stop talking to people like that. Another thing, let's see. Oh, great comment. Another thing I've personally noticed that a lot of creators have this idea that actual self promotion is too hard, too difficult, it takes too much time. It's easy to just ask for sub for sub. Asking for sub is so dumb. Like it's just on like a work level, it's so much. Like what? Like I feel like I guess it gets faster over time. To like, oh no, it doesn't get faster over time to ask for sub. It's so much embarrassment. Also, promotion isn't that hard, guys. Like it's hard, but it's not like fucking rocket science. Like, please, this is not where we should be at. I don't know. If you get a sub for sub DM, what do you guys do? I need to understand. What are people doing when you get those sub for sub DMs? Like, let's say you get a sub for sub DM from someone you know, or someone that you're associated with in the community, or someone that like that you've at least seen around. You've seen them around. You're friend of a friend of a friend. What do you do? When I get those DMs, I either ignore them, or if they're really egregious, I reply, fuck off, cunt. Fuck off, cunt. But I don't know, maybe you do different things. I really have to correct myself so I could swear, right? Fuck off, cunt. But I wonder what the kids are doing. Let's see. Well, it's a lot easier to copy paste sub for sub request to other people. True. You could even bot sub for sub request, couldn't you? You could bot it. You could like literally set a bot to like DM hundreds of people, and if you run it through Chat GPT, you could like swap it as well. It's much more effective to ask for banner swap or collabs, especially if you've both done the research and both the comics are similar. Yeah, you want to be target like even if banner swaps and collabs are just more valuable and they provide mutual benefit and they make you both happy and you get to show people your art while also learning to work with or work in tandem with another creator that's like you. Like, just make fucking friends. Just make friends. I literally have a stream. I have a stream where I called Webtoon creators have no friends. And this is like one of the things that came up there. It was just like, y'all have no friends. Y'all have no one to talk to. Y'all are having it rough. The kids. The webcomic creators are struggling. I ignore it. You ignore it. Ignore or block. Friends are hard. Friends aren't hard. Just be nice. You're my friend now, Kylie. You know, you hang out on the server. We're friends. Wasn't that hard, was it? Didn't kill you. I don't know, bud. It's pretty easy. If it's someone I know, I usually follow them on my own. Yeah, you usually follow them on your own. But I mean, like, okay, fair enough. Hard block. Should I start blocking them? Should I start blocking people when they send me these DMs? I barely had DMs like this. If I did, I'd probably ignore them. When I started out on YouTube, I used to get like a lot of these. When I started out on Twitch, my first Twitch channel, I started in 2000 and what, 16, 15? Like maybe even before that. Like back when my first Twitch account, I had it was Justin TV. After it became Twitch, I got my first Twitch account like pretty much right after, and I started streaming like 2015, 16. And like I got my first like streaming account after it became Twitch. And then like I started streaming I started streaming 2015, 16 around that time. And there used to be a lot of streamers that would do like follow for follow. That was a pretty big thing. That was a pretty big thing back then. And I got into one with someone, but I used to watch him a lot because he was a buddy. It was a follow for follow because we were buddies. I didn't think follow for follow like to gain numbers. That didn't make sense to me. No, but as in peeps you see a little more frequently in Discord servers. Yeah, like what happens then? I never get this kind of DMs. Magic Fire really beating off the weirdos with a stick. Look at you. You asked me, you asked for critique. Why are you mad? Them, no, you misunderstand. What I actually wanted was you praising me and saying I had no fault. Paris is just somewhere else having the meltdown about the critique. It feels way weirder when it's your subscribers asking in the comments for you to subscribe to their channel. And always like awkward. I just delete those things. Like I am immediately more open to read, interact with, and like/promote works from other people I see in chats and talk to like you all than I am to something. Yeah. I don't block them because they'll still watch your stuff. You get the views. Oh, blocking doesn't stop them from watching stuff. Hey, Billy. Blocking doesn't stop them from watching stuff, Cassie. So you can just like block them and they'll never be able to comment, but they can always watch stuff. No, they can comment, but the comments don't show up. They can still comment, but the comments never show up. I put their little scripts into blacklist filters so they automatically go into spam. Gleamy, why is your anti sub for sub so targeted, so mean? I like it. I respect it. It's very nice. You know what's worse than sub for sub? People who get top comment on another Canvas comic, they edit their comment to promote their own. Okay. I'm going to talk about that comment thing, actually. It's all related, so why not? The top comment people, I want it to be known that I know people who've done this. They've done it as like a test, as a joke, and it worked. And I want it to be clear, I don't think those people are bad people. But I do think the comment is a little scummy. But they've never done it on another Canvas comic. I know people have always done it on, people I know who've done it have done it on Originals comics. They've done it on Originals comics, which, whatever. Like, skimming from the top of the Titanic is not particularly the worst thing to do. I'm not going to complain. People really saying, like, if you do it on a Canvas comic, I feel like that's like class trader. That's like class. You're a class trader. You hate your own. You hate your own. But it works. It works. It works. It on feature comics it does work. You do get views. It is a thing on feature comics, Eddie. It's a thing. It's a very weird. It's a thing that people do. It's like it's not something people do regularly. I know people who've done it like twice, but I don't know anybody who's done it like over and over and over and over again. So it is a thing though. You go to you get the top comment on like a featured comic. You comment really early, make a generic comment like, "Oh, they kissed," and then that get like pushed up to the top, and then you edit that comment a few minutes later, or like an hour, like an hour later, like when a lot of the quality has come up, and then you like write underneath it. You write. It reminds me of this comic, blah blah blah, from blah blah blah. Yeah, it's getting a viral tweet, and then it's the viral tweet, and then the commenting about the product promotion after. Yeah, I've made my comments and I've made top comments and never thought to edit it to promote my channel. You need to do it sly. You can't be like, go watch my channel. You got to get top comment and be like, this reminds me of a moment that happened in. This reminds me of something I spoke about on my podcast, on my Toon Talk Cassie podcast. Like that's what you got to do. Hey Joker, you've missed a lot. I've been streaming like 50 minutes, 59 minutes. You should do it on Lore Olympus or True Beauty. Yeah. Back when you could crazily edit Tumblr posts that you were blogged, you could do that there too. Yeah. On featured comics, I don't care, but when it's other Canvas comics, it's so gross. No, I agree. It's gross. When it's other Canvas comics, it's just class traderism. Like you're harming your own for no reason. These people are struggling like you, and you're doing this to them. That's such an asshole move. When it's on featured comics, they can get fucked. I don't care. Like you're not gonna steal views from Lore Olympus. Like every single stat thing we've done for Webtoon Studio, right? Every single stat thing we've done for Webtoon Studio, every time we check like the stats of any comic, Lore Olympus is like always the top comic or the top 3 comics. So like, frankly, go there, steal their views. Who cares? For all the promo you give them, Cassie, the bare minimum they could do is give you some free promo. That's so stupid. I don't know. Like, I think the view thing, as long as the feature comic isn't as bad, but I think sub for sub inherently is like it's an inferiority complex game. Like I can't imagine any other reason to do sub for sub. It's an inferiority complex game, and I don't think it's a purposeful one. I don't think it's one they're doing to actively be harmful, but it is a long-term harmful decision that they're making. They're wasting other people's time. They're making them they're clogging people's DMs. They're giving themselves a bad rep. Like, it's making the community seem more desperate than it needs to be. Like, it's all around bad, to be honest. Like shit. The only people I'd want to follow are people who actually like reading my stuff. Yeah, me too. Originals creators are struggling in their own way. They are struggling in their own way. That's why I specifically said Lore Olympus. I think originals creators have a struggle that they got to fight on their own, and like that's a hard one. But like that's why I specifically said Lore Olympus. Is the Lore Olympus Netflix thing still happening? Yes, as far as I know, nothing's changed. Anyway, so in the end, everything's a kink again. Are you saying that sub for sub is a kink? Is that the conclusion we came to as a community? Sub for sub is a kink thing. It's a sex thing. Are we agreeing on this? Say yes in chat if you're agreeing. Get off your tablets. Are you agreeing with me? Sub for sub is a sex thing, yes or no? And I mean sub for sub, like follow for follow is a sex thing, yes or no? It's a kink. Good talk, chat. Good talk. Yeah. Great job, everyone. We really did some science here. Science, bitch. Yeah, science. You never said science, bitch. I don't know why I said that. Jesus Christ. I'm the queen in this. Okay, great. We're living. Good ads. So stupid. Following on from sorry, I had like a follow-up topic and I started laughing. But no, following on from the sub for sub conversation in webtoons and comics and stuff. So we're talking about freelance creators. I thought I'd ask you guys a question real quick. Really quick. Do you guys think that like we can unionize? Like you think like freelance creators can? Because I have an idea for unionization, but maybe it's dumb. And I want you guys to tell me if it's dumb. Do you want to hear it? I could show you. I have a whiteboard. What's dumb for dumb? It's different. It's degrading. Dumb for dumb is just it's really bad degradation kink. No, why are we talking about this here? Children watch this. Rosie is like 14. Stop. Yeah, they get high. I think Paris is like lagging behind everyone. So she's still replying to shit from like a while ago. We let her live. We respect her. Oh, they get the high from knowing you subbed and then ghosting you. That's the way they get off on. Valid. Okay. We've all come to a great conclusion together as a group. Thank you. Now, to talk about my unionization thing. I'm here to teach you guys a class. Welcome to my whiteboard. So, we're talking about unionization, Cloudy. Unionization. I'm asking if freelance creators can unionize, and I think we can, and I have an idea for how we can, and I want to see if people think my idea is terrible or good. I wrote about it on Twitter, but I want to show you if you will let me, if you're not going to be communist about it. Why the fuck am I acting like that? Why can't I just be fucking normal? Okay, so my idea for what you call it? My idea for how we unionize, right, is this. I think I forgot how to spell Hive works. I think what needs to happen to unionize, for us to unionize, is that more creators need to join collectives. Right? I think more creators need to join collectives. These are all collectives. I'm just going to put C for everything else. Collectives. Right? And I think that more creators need to join collectives, and then the collectives, especially the more prominent ones, need to come up with a standardized contract and a standardized expectation for different types of creators that can be put out, shared, and like continually refined. And I think this is the best way we will get to a version of unionization, right? We don't need someone to run the union, and union dues can be managed by each collective in terms of like collecting money. And maintaining a lawyer can be done by pooling collective resources between collectives. But I think the removal, I think the removal of the variables that is of the variable that is multiple creators trying to agree on something, and instead their collectives coming to agree on something, is the only way that freelance creators like us can ever be unionized. I think this is the route to unionization, but that's like as far as my brain got, right? I want people to tell me this is like stupid. And if you think there's a better idea, or if you think that I'm wasting my time, yeah, Spider Force is another collective. You can make your own too. Make your own collective. Like I recommend not to just join existing collectives. Make a bigger collective. I I should just make a collect. I already made a collective. I should start getting comic creators into my collective. I should get creators into my collective. But yeah, like Hiveworks. No, not yeah, not Naver or Tapas, but like Hiveworks, Spider Forest, Kimono Cafe, and whenever collectives people would decide to make. I know there's one now called Kanmei. They're on Twitter. They're called Kanmei. They follow me. Let's see. Yeah, Kanmei Studios, which is also a comic collective. Kanmei Studios. They're super nice people, by the way. But I know these people exist too, and I'm just thinking like that's the grouping. What do collectives do? So Magic Fire, you know that thing we talked about. You know that thing we talked about where we said what you call it? Where we said that you cross promote with other creators that respect your work and stuff. A collective basically creates an environment where the creators can cross promote with each other, work in tandem, pool resources, right? The collective is usually barred by a certain kind of policy. So certain kind of expectations for the creators. Sorry. So here's an example. On Hiveworks, they pull the collective money of they pull a lot of the collective money of multiple creators to keep up the Hiveworks website, which acts as a springboard for people to go from Hiveworks to multiple different comics. They cross promote Hiveworks comics on each other's websites, and they pull together to print books. They pull together to print books, which is great because it means that instead of having to worry about low volume printing, they can print in really low volumes because multiple of them are ordering from one printer, right? These are just some of the benefits. You can also have things like subsidized con payments because you can get tables with the group, and you're paying less and less. Like lots of things come together, right? Collectives can offer as much or as little as possible. Hiveworks offers a lot, but in return, you have to give a lot. You have to be a really high quality creator. You have to be creating for a really long time, and they'll offer you a really good deal, right? Spider Forest also asks for a lot, but they also offer a lot too. And I think I think Kanmei is trying to get themselves across there, but like, yeah, collectives can offer a lot. Collectives also can basically be treated as cooperatives, right? Everyone technically runs collectives. So, for example, in Spider Forest, the collective is run by people, by everyone, as in the people who run it are voted for by everyone, and almost every decision is taken by as many people as possible, and everyone has to voluntarily spend their time vetting things like the people who join the collective and vetting things like decisions that the collective will make as a group. They have to do that. And everyone has to contribute. I have a collective. Webcomics Hub is a collective. Me and my creators work together, and in return they get promotion. But also we can work together on bigger projects. Our collective is based more on the intellectual exchange, so we can work together, sharing creative ideas and bouncing things off each other and leading to bigger projects. Right? That's what we care about. But I could also call the other collective I made, Rat Pack, a collective because it's me and a bunch of YouTubers who work together and share experiences, and might start working together more and sharing sharing more than just experiences, depending on how we progress. Right? It's a complicated. It's a long thing, right? But you're all basically working together towards one goal. And then versus neighbor Webtoon mascot. No, we need that. It's so good. Hiveworks is a collective. They consider themselves a collective, and while they do act as a publisher, that's a benefit of their collectivist of their collective nature. Like it's not a lie. You can be a collective that also acts as a publisher. It's not a strange thing to do. Yeah, but like the thing is, it's like it's like a HOA, but not shit. Um, you can make your own collective, by the way. Like making a collective doesn't require a lot. Kanmei Studios has a collective with like 6 people. As long as you create some standards for what kind of people you have in, your collective will grow and will get its own sort of legitimacy. You don't need to have your own website to make a collective. You don't even need more. You don't need more than a declaration that you are a collective. Like that's it. If you and a bunch of sci-fi creators come together and call yourself the Sci-Fi Collective, welcome. You're in the Sci-Fi Collective now. And as long as you create and benefit each other, your collective has value to each other. Okay? And you can expand the value slowly. You can start out with really basic stuff and go on and on and on and on. A great example of this is if I want to make the Webcomics Hub Comics Collective, one of the things I'm going to mandate is that we cross promote once a month between each other. Another thing that I would mandate is that creators have to have been making comics for at least a year. I'd mandate lots of things. And yeah, you can join multiple collectives. Some require exclusivity, some don't. You just need to ask. That's it. Like it's always good. It's good to, the thing is, it's just better to be in one because a lot of them require involvement, like advertising involvement. And that can leave you in a position where like advertising involvement, for example, and that can leave you in a position where every month you're doing like double the number of ads. And you to fulfill both. So the requirements that they ask of you can be so high that you just don't have time to be in two. So it's better to just be in one. That's it. You can treat it as a collective, Cassie. It doesn't mean that we're in a collective for sure, but you can treat it like that. Disco Elysium was made by a collective before the game was stolen by a shitty corporation. There's the Magical Girl webcomic collective, Aradia Beat. Yeah, they're super cool. Aradia Beat is super cool. I bought an ad in there. They ran a Kickstarter together. Oh, good night. But Aradia Beat ran a Kickstarter together. Where is it? Where are they? There. Aradia Collective. I call them Beat. They're called the Aradia Collective. But they ran a Kickstarter called Aradia Beat together. And like that's one of the things the collective can do, running a shared project, pooling your resources to get an anthology magazine out. I bought an ad in this magazine. My ad is in this magazine. I'm getting a copy too. It's pretty great. I'm pretty happy with it. You know? Collectives are very powerful. And I think that in an environment that we want to start unionizing, one of the things that we need to start engaging with a lot more is collectives. I think because I think when you engage with collectives more, when you create your own, when you find a way to engage with one, it's a great way to kind of build yourself together. And collectives can have a lot of mandates. By the way, you can mandate a salary. So you can say that no one in the collective is to work for anything less than $15 an hour, mandated, and they agree. And as part of proof, once every month or once every 3 months, they get audited by the group, and they like just have to show what do you call it? They have to a random transaction is chosen, and they need to show how much they got paid and how many hours they worked. Like they just need to do that. Like you can do that. That's the thing you can do, right? One of the reasons I'm saying that you got to like do these checks is because it's part of making sure that everyone in the group is working together. You want to make it so that everyone gets checked, so no one's just joining and not fulfilling the expectation. But yeah, you can do that. The UK Union of Journalists, which I'm a member of now, mandates that we don't undercut each other with stories. So like if you're working on a story and I know you're working on a story, and I go and like talk to somebody and ask them to pay me less for the work or for to write the same story, it's against the union rules, and I'll get fired. I'll get kicked out of the union, which will mean I don't get any jobs, and no one will really hire me because usually people who would hire you are also in the union, and they would fire you. They wouldn't even want to work with you. Collectives can be incredibly powerful if you let them, and incredibly weak if you let them. And I think that fundamentally, the more of us that are engaging in collectives, the better, long term. Like It's been a long-term dream for me. And I think that if the collectives can come together, especially the biggest ones, creating a contract, modifying that contract, and just kind of over time through like a game of telephone, creating a standardized contract for creators to work in different situations. I think that's like our move forward. I should just write a standardized contract. I should just do it myself. But I have so much I'm doing. I should just do it myself. It'll be pretty funny. I write the webcomic creators standardized contract expectation and payment expectations. That would be pretty funny. You think that do? You think I should? Maybe I should. Why am I convincing myself to do more work? What the fuck am I doing? I need to take a nap. Like what? I want to write a 20-page contract. Unions are great. Unions are great. I don't know, like, but yeah, that's what I think about the whole collective to union direction. So Webcomics Hub Collective is just one that like I run with other creators. We're on a shared Discord together. It was kind of like an agreement to work together, and the expectations of the collective were put down, and that's it. We're together. If I turn, for example, if I incorporate a business, they would own. If I turn Webcomics Hub into a business, they would own part of it. That's part of the agreement. You can make it a contractual agreement. I'm very loosey goosey about stuff, so I'm cool with like loose agreements. You can make it contractual. You make it like a legally binding document. But I usually write it down so that it's legally binding because I usually write it down so I DM people, and then if you have that, that's enough for it to be binding as well. Who will we be expected to be paid by? Always the host sites or readers? It depends on your collective. Some collectives might want to pool all the money in one place and distribute it evenly. If that's something you're down for, that sounds great. Some collectives might want to instead just you get paid, you get your own money, an individualistic approach, and then you make a small donation to the website. That works too. Depends on what you want. Depends on how you want to run your collective. For us, anytime we do any project, anybody who in Webcomics Hub Creative Collective, if you make something together, you get paid. If you get paid a shared amount. So if two people work on a project, it's a guaranteed 50-50 split every single time. If money is made at any point from a project or something you're working on, it's a guaranteed 50-50 split every single time. Me working on on what do you call it? On Webtoon Studio, whatever money it makes, whatever money it generates, goes back into the collective to pay other creators, to hand over money, to help them with advertising, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Help me with advertising. Yeah. Like the money goes to whoever needs it. That's my thing. Annoyingly, my collective doesn't really ever want my money. I try to pay them, but they never say yes. So weirdos. But yeah, it can just it's not you can also just make a collective with a Discord server. You can make one with a binding contract. You can just make one with you and a buddy. Hey Alex, you make your decision, make your choice. I feel like everyone's now thinking about collectives, and it's a lot of things to think about, so they're taking a moment. I'm gonna give you guys a minute, but like I think fundamentally, like for us to solve for us to create an environment where creators feel more protected in the freelance creator environment, collectives are a guaranteed minimum route we have to take. Make a collective in your backyard with your neighbors. Yeah, that's called an HOA, bud. That's called an HOA, bud. The most OG collective is those two comic making boys from Captain Underpants. Yeah. Thinking about the time I watched this talk about unions in the games industry, and some angry weird oaf admitted that if someone tried making a union in their studio, they'd fire them. They also boast about allowing open carry in their studio too. That's really creepy. People who are anti-union are quite literally deranged. They just hate you as a worker. The worker should always strive to be unionized, to be protected. Get yourself a buddy that will stop you from getting fucked over. If you don't want to join, if you don't think you're good enough to join another collective, make your own. Your collective can be really small. It can be bigger. You can combine. Like it can be a temporary project. It can be a permanent project. Engage with it, right? Oh, poor Kiki missed so much. I'm sorry. Like I think in the grand scheme of collectivism, you want to be Hey, Alex, we're not joining anything. We're just talking about collectives. We're talking about like I brought up a conversation, Alex, about creators getting freelance creators getting unionized because unionization protects us from exploitation. And I said the only way for freelance comic creators to get unionized would be for us to form collectives or be in individual collectives, and the collectives make a set and the collectives mutually together communicate with each other or on their own make a standardized set of minimums that get like they get like shown to each other, and then like over time we will kind of drift towards drift towards like a contract that we all agree on. Why did I stutter to say that? But yeah, a contract we all agree on. And I think collectives are the only way for freelance creators to get to that point. Because one of the biggest problems in the freelance creator space is just the amount of individual, like personal person hate like we have. Like we just have a lot of interpersonal conflicts. Like we just do. Like I can mention vague things about a creator right now, and then you guys will all be like, I know who that is. Like we just have a bunch of interpersonal conflicts that aren't worth litigating, to be honest. Like we just need to be able to be in an environment where there are people who represent us and represent our interests for sure, for sure. And those people are like are diplomatic and converse with other creator, other collective, other collective managers, essentially. You know? That's how I think things should go. I think part of that is that webcomics grew up with the internet and the general cattiness of social media. Yeah, that's why we have so many interpersonal conflicts. I think another big reason why we do is just like, and I say this with love, too many webcomic creators are American. That's really it. That's really the main thing for me. Too many webcomic creators are American. They like the amount of pointless double speak and the amount of like exhausting individualism is just too many webcomic creators are American. I'm sorry. Are there Webtoon Tapas original unions? No, people don't. People find it hard to make unions on there. Webtoon creators have talked about it, but like I know, like feature creators, I know some people have mentioned it, but it's never gone anywhere. Um, Look, most of these people are American focused. They come from like highly competitive environments. They're super individualistic. They're super individualistic. Like the idea of a union is not something that like occurs to them naturally. I'm just very European, so it's very normal to me. Um, like yeah, like in my opinion, bigger platforms like that should be unionized because those people are technically working for the platform. I don't know why they haven't unionized yet. It's really fucking weird, to be honest. They should have been already asking for mandatory minimums based on the website's operation. It's a strange experience to see. But everyone's too busy worrying about their own bag. And you know, I don't blame them. It's hard to have time to worry about other people's bag. But yeah, I'm not very into the community, so I'm just vaguely aware of the popular people barely. Lol. A lot of people can only get joy from fighting on the internet. Lol. Sorry for being American. It's just American hyper individualism is like the worst part of every creative industry. Like, I remember, okay, here's an example for me. I once spoke to a creator because I was trying to, I wanted to make a video for you guys, for us, that was like me sharing resources about where to get like stuff that could be stuff that you could sell at cons and stuff that you could sell online and stuff like that, like a survival guide, right? And like this creator wasn't doing it to be mean or bad or anything. It's just like um the person in question just said, no, I don't want to share that information because I don't want to give my competition more fire. The thing is, for me personally, if I find out that there's a place that sells nice t-shirts, I'm going to tell all of you, everyone, because in my brain, rising tide, in my Europe pilled brain, rising tide lifts all ships. If I get more people ordering from the t-shirt company gets bigger, t-shirt company can make more t-shirts, I get better quality t-shirts. Hell, I could even get a deal because I could get a code to make sure people, they know that they're coming from me. Like, you know? Like that's my thoughts on that. I don't know about you. The ironic, let's see. If we cared about each other's bag, then we would collectively have a bag of our own. Yeah, you're right, Zagams. Crumbs gave a really good opinion. I think part of the problem is that if we lose our jobs, we lose everything. The social safety nets here are so minimal. Right to work is very, very common. So it just makes us more likely to cave to our bosses. Yeah, Americans do cave to their bosses real easy. A lot of people lose everything, so it's harder to speak up and complain. I get that. And some people think that it's competition if it's different content on said shirt. Yeah, but that's what people think. That's what people think. And they'll say that like I don't want their orders clogging up the orders for me. And I'm just here thinking, but if you're making all these orders, you're not making enough orders to support this business. If they get fewer orders or they have a slow month, they could shut down and then you could lose the business you're ordering from. And then have to look for a new one. Like, why not provide them a lot of benefit and then you get benefit? But again, I think that's just from an environment where I have a social safety net. If I lose my job, there's unemployment, they're not going to be able to evict me easily for like 6 months. Like I could just sit in this house for 6 months. I think my brain is just very different because it's in a different place. People on Webtoon that hate romances for being popular, like people that read romances would read their horror and say, yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. Like I only get not telling people you're a manufacturer with the more specialty stuff like enamel pins, fully custom made Ita bags, but not box standard printing. I think you should tell people everything, frankly, Gleamy. Honestly. I think you tell people any place you get stuff. Like to that end, there's a website called Import Yeti. Import Yeti. Import Yeti tells you, I use it to like see when Webtoon's ordering books from China. Import Yeti tells you the company that every other company that you're following orders stuff from. Because it's not secret. Like if I really wanted to know where you ordered, what Chinese company you ordered your enamel pins from, guess what? I could go online and search it up. But like, and that company isn't going to suddenly lose production. They can infinitely scale. Like it doesn't matter. I don't know. That's my opinion on that. People don't understand how many women reading romance books is literally all printed. Women literally hold this entire industry together. I was doing an interview for a job that I wanted to work, and they asked me about my interests, and I said, "Yeah, I love comics." And they're like, "What's the thing? Tell me a fun fact about comics." And I was like, "Women hold this entire industry up. 20-something-year-old women are the only reason why this industry is making any money at all. We praise them, we stand for them. Queen, Yas, Slay." So they're in an interview, and they laughed. Like I don't know. I feel like our community is just better when we work together more. That's it. I feel like when we like don't tell people stuff, we make it easier for people to just not do well. We create this false idea of competition, and all it does is make sure that the people at the bottom who are having trouble reading Chinese, finding things, knowing people, just fail. And I don't know. I feel like we should not be letting people fail in our own community. I feel like a community of people that is a community of people with similar values, similar interests at least, who that care about these interests should be doing more to prop each other up. Personally, like the number one thing that I want to do by the end of this year. Is I want to make like I want to make a Google Doc. I want to make a Google Doc that's just every single printer, manufacturer, etc., and everything they can do. I don't think I could do it by this year. I think it'll take me till next year. But I would really love to just make one of those and then just send them to give it out. Like make sure everyone has it. Give you the emails, how to contact them, tell you the languages they speak. Like, yeah. If we had better safety nets, people, it would work better. People would be more inclined to be nice, I guess. I think that's one of the things. It's harder to be in a union mindset when you're too busy worrying about like dying because you lose your job. So I can completely understand why Americans are complete assholes about this. Tell people all my manufacturers, but man, don't like it if you ask about their people don't like it if you ask about their enamel pin manufacturers. I don't make enamel pins or anything though. Enamel pins aren't like that. They're only rare because you don't tell anybody about the company, and so they stay rare. They're expensive, but like they're expensive because the scale is so low. It's like when I remember when merch t-shirts used to be so expensive. Back in the day, like the Smosh era, merch t-shirts used to be like $40. Like $30, $40. You'd have to order, and you couldn't even like have like order as you go. You'd have to like order like hundreds, thousands to keep them in your house, or you could never make money. Um, and like now, merch t-shirts are like $10. Like they're $10 for production and everything. You make a profit on them if you sell them for 20. Like that's what happened because we just started sharing manufacturers. I don't know, like I feel like that would happen with pins too if we weren't too busy like not doing that. Yeah, not just ED taking. You got to be a two-way. Sure, you got to share. Like when I say share, I mean both sides are sharing. I don't mean one side is sharing. I don't know. I don't get why people want to get their one don't want their readers to go to other comics as if the person reads only one comic at a time. Yeah, it doesn't. Like we need to collaborate more, I guess. Enamel pins, while it's true that the base cost of an enamel pin is really high, right? Just in general, it will change when manufacturing gets cheaper because the material cost, the amount of material that they're ordering will go down. The economy of scale is still insane. Like this is like that argument radar is like the argument I remember back when what do you call it? Making custom GPU shrouds. This is like back in the 2000s. Companies would make custom GPU shrouds and then they would charge like a crazy markup on top of the GPU. So you would get like a 1080 and it would be like $1,600 and then the markup for the shroud itself would be like $2,000, right? Because it was like a custom fancy shroud. And then like now because but then like at one point everyone started using this one Chinese manufacturer in the industry. And and even with the failure rate, everything doesn't really matter. With everything wrong with making custom shrouds, the markup went down from like $2,000 extra to like 400 extra dollars, just because they got better at making them. The economy of scale made it so that ordering the material, the price went down to like a cent for the plastic per like kilogram or whatever. Like it was like the overall cost just went down so stupidly. The overall price of manufacturing went down because they started making new tech to make things easier and faster and quicker. Like the overall game got better. Like there's an amount of quality, and also people got used to the idea there's an amount of quality that you can actually get away with that is good enough. You don't need perfect quality stuff. So like I don't agree with that point, Radar. Like the losing in the interim for long-term benefit is like just smart. Like if the difference between you're right. There's a difference between a B grade product and an A grade product. There's no real difference between an A grade product and an A minus grade product. No one cares. No one can visibly see it. And if they really wanted an A grade, they would happily pay $70 for it. So at that point, if you're capable of selling the really expensive stuff, then like that's a different thing. Our industry is not sustainable. Like I don't know what you want me to say. Like, like the longer we spend down here, though, that lack of that sustainability wall will be permanent. Like what's happening the longer we stay down here is that the sustainability wall is just permanent now. It's like the inability to accept that there will be a short interim loss has meant that now we are trapped here, where defect rates are still high, product cost is still high, everything is still high. There's no long-term benefit. Like it's a bad deal. It's just a bad deal. Like what? So we stuck here. We're stuck in an area where we don't communicate. We don't allow for the growth of manufacturing because we're afraid of the short interim, even though we know that the end point is just better. Is the only solution a multi-million-dollar company involves themselves in enamel pins? Is that the solution? Is that the solution? I brought up the tech industry good because the tech industry good is a luxury, and art is and most art industry stuff is a luxury good. Nothing in the art industry is valuable. Like It's nice, but it's not valuable. I don't need my special edition copy of Heartstopper that cost me an extra $20. It's a luxury good, and it's priced like a luxury good. Compared to everything else in tech, those GPU shrouds are priced really high. Compared to everything else in art, my copy of Heartstopper is really priced really high. My copy of a comic I was talking about on the Patreon is like $125 for the copy. Like they're priced luxury compared to everything else. It's still priced luxury. It's just not priced stupid luxury. It's not Gucci. But for the cost and everything, it's luxury pricing. Because if it wasn't, the pricing could be down to like $70, like $60. Yeah, but I'm not talking about smartphones. I'm talking about GPUs. You can live without one. They sell them for $30. You don't need the high-end fancy shroud stuff. That's the example I used. Not the same kind of tech, not the same kind of stuff. I am doing luxury to luxury comparison, not necessity to luxury comparison. That's like a whole different situation you're coming in with. I'm doing luxury to luxury item comparison. Items that are so luxury, they are considered luxury by anyone who buys them. I own them. They are luxury items. So like, that's not a fair statement. Let me see, what else other people saying? I remember making the mistake asking why people are so hush-hush about enamel pins in an art server. People got livid. If I share my manufacturer and they can't handle it, then it will suck. It's like competitive mentality for real. Me and my homies hate being competitive. Lol. The point is, it became a necessity because price of goods to make it didn't. Yeah, I mean, it would never become a necessity. There's literally, oh, I did mute by accident, my bad. I literally clicked the mute button by mistake. I'm back though. Anyway. Yeah, because scaling is like a ton of work. Scaling is like so much work. Since I guess we're in the conversation of fucking thingy, scaling is like so much work, right? Like scaling takes so much time, and you need the right manufacturing volume for it to be worth it. But you scale, um, you scale because you scale when you get that volume of ordering, and if you never get that volume of ordering, you never scale. You will never scale, and you're better off, one, ordering early enough, and two, getting more people to order, because then scaling will happen, which will then get you a better quality thing. Like there is a short wall, a very short wall, an incredibly short wall. That is not the wall that's going to kill people. And again, like these are such high margin, low necessity objects, like enamel pins, t-shirts. I'm not talking about 5-year scaling. It's not a 5-year scaling. I feel like that's a very pessimistic viewpoint for this situation, because it's not short-sighted. It's just very pessimistic. I think it's very pessimistic. It's not a 5-year scaling. It's not a 5. It's a year scaling at best. I remember a period where I didn't have a job. I had to use the bus for transport. I kept rejecting jobs because the bus. Oh, I didn't have a phone either. Fair. Like I don't think it's a 5-year scaling. I don't think that's a fair point. I mean, considering while I'm not going to fight you on whether I've done enough hands-on work in the merch business in general, as it scales on its own terms, has always been pretty quick to scale. Now, Will it scale on this one specific thing? Not that quickly. I just think 5 years is way too pessimistic of a point. That's it. That's literally it. I'm not coming at you telling you that it's not a long line, but I do think 5 years is way too pessimistic of a point. I mean, art doesn't really matter in the long run. It's fun. It's nice. Like lots of things don't matter, but we do them anyway. It doesn't make it bad. It doesn't make it like inherently negative. There's nothing wrong with making the art because you like it. But like, we all need to make money to eat. I don't know. It's not a bad thing to hear. It's not even a bad situation to be in. Oh, I'm reading this. I think that what do you call it? I think that while that I think I understand why taking that from the Vogre situation. I do not disagree with you on that point. I have seen some people's what do you call it? Some people's charm quality. I understand where you're coming from, but I don't know. No, like I understand where you're coming from. Why you would make that assumption from that? I don't think 5 years is still fair, but fair enough. What good is a computer programmer at a zombie apocalypse? Yeah, but like just because they have good reviews, Cassie, doesn't mean they'll be good for you. It's like a lot of work to research a good one. Like it's a lot of extra effort because you also have to order tests. It's like it takes time. It's like I'm trying to think of a product I can tell you about. It's like when I was working on what you call it? When I was working on what's the thing we were doing again? Yeah, water bottle stuff. There's like a water bottle shipment problem there. Right? We're getting vacuum water bottles. It was a temp job I did summer in like university. We were working with vacuum water bottles, which I don't know if you know how vacuum water bottles work, but like getting like a metal outside vacuum water bottle that like has a certain look and holds a certain amount of water and like has a whole bunch of stuff. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Making the vacuum is not easy, and often you will get quite a lot of failures, and they charge you for every failure. The people who were making it back then were doing that. Um, so like what we would do is we'd have to like order from like 10, 20 different places just to get like 10, 20 different people who were like see what the print quality was on the water bottle, see what the quality of the metal was, the quality of the vacuum, whether it kept things cold. Like you'd have to do like all these really dumb minor tests. It takes like forever to find like a good manufacturer. Even when they tell you that this is a good manufacturer, even when you get a lot of good ratings, it doesn't mean that it's long term good. Enamel pins aren't even like the do be all end all of the thing. Like there is such a small use case what do you call it, item anyway, in the broader scheme of the situation. I like polar. What is a polar camel? What's that? Oh, you guys have the chemicals used are toxic and dangerous. Yeah, making water bottles, making what you call it, vacuum water bottles is like super annoyingly dangerous. Like you get a lot of explosions when you're setting up the vacuum. So a lot of time, like metal shrapnel like flies out of people. People are like super protect. People are super. It's very hard to get a good person making what you call it, like vacuum metal water bottles. Strange. It's a very strangely difficult thing to order. And like because you're doing all that work, it's not a straightforward thing of like you find a person, you send them an order, you get what you want. You barely even get the same like metallic color on the front. So it's a pain. Like I know we were ordering some that came with like a blue, and like the blue would shimmer for some people, wouldn't shimmer for other people. They would powder coat it sometimes. They wouldn't. Like it was so much fucking shit. Can't even get the same gold or whatever metal color to look the same when you order from two different manufacturers. Having switch manufacturers is a lot of sunk cost. I do agree with you. I do agree with you on the problem of switching manufacturers. It's a lot of time. Switching manufacturer anytime is a lot of time for any product. It doesn't matter who's making or what. Doesn't matter. It almost doesn't matter what product. And the thing is, getting off the ground with whenever you switch manufacturers is not easy. It just isn't. But like, that's not gonna change. The only thing I've gone to and the only thing I've gone at from the beginning is whether or not it includes enamel pins is almost irrelevant. It's just the straight up issue of just like the expansion of like an individual business space wherein they deem it worth their time to engage better technology to make better things only happens when it gets bigger. It doesn't matter if it's tech. It doesn't matter if it's making shitty fucking water bottles. It doesn't matter if it's fucking t-shirts. It's not that people don't understand how much work and effort it is to make a product. Unless like making a product and getting a product off the ground is a lot of fucking cost. It costs a ton of money. But the reality of the problem is that like the longer we stay in a situation where manufacturing is limited to a handful of people, the harder it is for the manufacturing to get anywhere. And that means long term, the only people who can make benefit, the only people who will benefit, are people who have hours of their life to sink into this, who have nothing else to do but this, and who have really good margins, or people who are really rich. And that's it. If you live in an environment where it's harder to engage with those things, if you work on a piece of content that's when it's hard to engage with those things, it's impossible. The creator of Dragon of the End, you saw the like redraw version of his comic, and I think a lot of you might have seen that. Like talked about how much time he took between each chapter. It just took so fucking long. Where's he gonna get the time to look up enamel pins, even if people want to buy them, or T-shirts, which is the more relevant thing, like thing that people would buy? Where's he gonna get time for that? He just doesn't have it. He just doesn't have it, and despite the fact that he has the popularity and everything, there's no time. So unless he has a bunch of money to spend on paying someone else to do the work for him, it's impossible for him to get anything done. It's not that people don't understand why artists are so up in arms about manufacturing. Is that the problem is no matter how up in arms you are about where your manufacturing is coming from, you're limiting everyone else when people don't know. And you don't have to tell them. Like, it's your choice. You don't have to tell anyone shit. You don't have to tell anyone anything. Like, you can just tell no one anything. But no, it's nothing that you have to do. But don't make it's not a strange thing for somebody who already knows to be happy, feel happy sharing it, or feel happy working to find that information and share that with other people. And like, that's pretty much all I've said. You don't have to tell people shit if you don't want to. It's your life. It it can be considered a dick move. I consider it a bit of a dick move, but do whatever you want. You can shoot a gun in the sky. You can shoot a bullet in the sky if you want. It's your life. Make a decision. But like, it's nothing wrong with people saying that that's not fair, that's not okay, and that's limiting everyone else's ability to make stuff too. I don't think that's incorrect or bad, especially considering that most people just do not have the time or just do not have the fan bases for that. So it's not like you're going to be inundated with 6 million new orders. Most people don't have the volume for that. They're not going to waste their money ordering 30,000 pins suddenly. Let me see the question. Can I ask you a question? If you know a company is shortchanging their artists, actively not paying them specific things, but the public loves them because people hate one artist that quit, and because people hate one artist that quit, I don't know. That's a difficult question. Do you think it's right for people to label the artist crazy when all he did was pull the chapters? Nothing wrong with pulling your chapters if a company's actively shortchanging you. If people call you crazy, then they're going to call you crazy regardless. Nothing you can do about that. Like, but there's nothing wrong with leaving and taking all your stuff. If someone is not making you happy, you're allowed to pick up your ball and leave. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It is your ball. Who do I recommend for stickers? I don't have a good recommendation for stickers. The last person who made stickers I liked is also like really weird. And I think they donated money to the Trump campaign, and it just makes me very uncomfortable. Like the last person I that did good stickers for me, I think they donated money to the Trump campaign, and immediately just I haven't spoken about them since. Like, it was a weird conversation as well. When I was, yeah, no, that was strange. But especially because I was getting them for my job. Let me see. Oh, are you guys sharing stores in chat? Okay, go off. Live your truth. Like, I don't know. Made merch for my comic, but I'm not the best at networking and building a fan base to buy it. That makes sense. I mean, look, most people just will not have volume to make merch. I don't make merch. I make stuff for myself sometimes. I put stuff on t-shirts for myself, but like I don't make merch. If you're in the US, sticker bunny. Valid. They don't ship. Another thing is also they don't ship to Europe a lot. It's kind of hard to get people who ship to Europe. Weirdly, it's weirdly hard to get people who are willing who work with Europe. I know Europe has people who do it though, so it's not like impossible. Um, Sticker Mule is only good when they have a deal. They're kind of priced pretty high, depending on what you're getting. I used to have I used to know a French sticker maker. That was one I was using for my for. That's one I've used before. They are controversial. I had a French sticker maker I knew that I used for like a bunch of small work, mostly because I needed some stuff for books. I ordered a bunch of stickers to organize books, but that was all I used it for. So, why would you advance the story of your project through merch? That's not a. Don't do that to yourself. I mean, yeah, it's good you're working together. I like to see you guys working together. It's very strange that you're doing it by chat, but live your truth. Live your truth. Redbubble kind of sucks, by the way. Don't use their shit. their t-shirt printing is awful. I mean, you got to learn how to make merch and they make good merch. Go figure that out first. Oh yeah, Redbubble made their rates bad. I saw that. I had like a sweater from Redbubble that my mom bought me. Like had like I think it had Midoriya on it. It was a while ago because she saw that I liked the manga, and then she looked it up, and that was what she found. And it itched so bad. It was awful. Alex, why you give? Thanks, Alex, with the $5. You use Printful for print on demand. I have a local printer for print on demand. I have a local guy I go to. Actually, Gleamy, if you live in West London, you can go to the same guy. He's pretty cool. I know you don't. I think you live in London. If you live in West London, you can go to the same guy. He's pretty cool. I have a local guy in London who I go to for print stuff, like t-shirts, and I also have a guy. If you live in the UK and you're looking to print your comic book, if you're in the UK and you're looking to print your comic book, go to CP UK, Comic Printing UK. They're super nice. They're super chill. Like the nicest people ever. The dude that runs it is funny. Yeah. Just message Cassie that. Don't put the email in the chat. It goes in the video. Redbubble is making smaller creators pay a user fee. I deleted my account. Redbubble is a mess of a website. Hey Jenna, good to see you. How are you? You good? Jenna, when are you gonna start your own union? When are you gonna start the Tapas union, Jenna? What are you doing? What are you doing to me, Jen? Start the Tapas union. Fight them. All I do is get Jenna in trouble. Like Jenna is just innocent, living her best life, and I just start involving her in my bullshit. Mixim isn't bad, but CPUK is really nice. They print a lot of really, really high quality comic books, and CPUK works with a lot of custom stuff that you might want. So you can talk to, and they're easy to call and talk to. They have like regular working hours though, so like if you work all day, you can't really get in contact with them. But they're super nice, super chill. Just start a union, Jenna. Call it Jen. Call it the Gens. Like just everyone in it is called Jen. Start a union with you and everyone named Jen at Tapas. Everyone named Jen at Tapas. That'd be a great idea. Actually, I should do that. No, they don't have an auto quote because they like do a lot of custom work. CPU UK just can't have autocorrect because they do a lot of custom work. So they just want you to talk to them. I know having a conversation triggers your fight or flight, but like just give it a shot. You know, a voice call isn't gonna kill you. I promise. I swear on my life. I swear on my mom's. The Gens unite. All the creators named Gen come together and ask for a minimum of like $360,000 a year for 5 chapters a year. That's what you should do. Conversations will not kill you. Jesus Christ. Having a calling somebody to ask them for what you want is not going to be the thing that ends your career. Like, oh my God. What's up with you people? 36, no, 360K. 36K is like low. That's like the low end of wages if you're a graduate in London. Like the lower end of wages. Like it's barely enough to live alone. Anything lower end, like you just can't live alone. I actively avoid making calls. You can't just look, guys, listen. All right, this is just a live stream. Listen, having to call somebody to commission something is great. It allows you to form a real connection in your industry, right? Allows you to form a real connection with people, with people in your community. Like CPUK is super cool. They work with a lot of different creators. And they might be able to get you in contact with other creators if you're willing to like talk to them on the phone for like 5 minutes, which I think is worth it, right? Like I think it's absolutely worth it. 5 minutes of a call for a long-term benefit? I don't know. Seems smart. Also, actually, I have a question. This is something that just dawned on me. What are you using your enamel pins for? Like, what do you do with them? Like, live your truth, I guess. But what do you do with them? Like, I just keep thinking of enamel pins and just going like, what the fuck are people using them for? I ordered stickers for organization. Made sense to me. I ordered t-shirts to wear. Makes sense to me. Sweaters to wear. Makes sense. Hell, even like even the tiny bags that people make sense. Wearing them on what? On your purse? Okay. People know I like beef. Okay, cool. Okay. I always lose them. I don't know where to put them on their bags. Wear them on lanyards. All right. Really? Okay. Wait, Jenna, where are you going that you have lanyards everywhere? Okay, the jacket makes sense, I guess. Where are you going where there's lanyards everywhere? Like it's dawning on me. I'm like, where the fuck are you using these? I think someone gave me an enamel pin once, but I didn't know where to put them. Because they just like, I don't have space. Lanyard. I put lanyards on my keys because I'm dumb and lose object. What are you, a tech employee? Oh yeah, you are a tech employee, Hika. You know what? That makes sense. I collect them in a box like a hoarder. You see, Radar, of course you had all the opinions you had on enamel pins earlier when you collect them like an actual gremlin from Gremlins the movie. Oh my fucking God. Of course. I should have known. Honestly. I have a million yet lanyards from working in movie theaters. What are people doing? What are you people doing at home? Like, what's going on? Oh my God. I ask my chat one question and I realize that you're all animals. Ita bags are incredibly impractical. I don't like they're cute, I guess. Like I can see the value of getting them. Like they have, in my opinion, way more of a value than the enamel pins do. No, Stickers make fucking sense. Like I need to say this, stickers make sense. Use them to itemize things, label things, put them on your stuff so that if you ever have to like have similar stuff to someone else, they can't take them. All my monitors have stickers on them. All my computer components have stickers on them. Like all my all my lights, my camera, my batteries, like all my stuff has stickers on them, and they're all stickers that I would only buy. Like I have a lot of Webcomics Hub stickers that I bought because they were like $1, and I just stuck them on a bunch of stuff. My PC's got stickers on them. Like my bookshelf has stickers on it. My books have individual organizational stickers, so so I know if I've read them or not. And they're like they layer over each other so I can stick the finished on top of the like reading. Like those are all really useful. Yes, putting stickers on your washer dryer is a move. Like they have stickers I've used. Enamel pins. Oh no. People love it and they stopped asking where I got the hat from. A plain baseball cap decked out with pins. The kids these days and their enamel pins and their baseball caps. I put stickers on sketchbooks. Valid. Like I don't put them anywhere else. The all that's happened in this conversation is my opinion of enamel pins has gone from neutral to like negative. That's all that's happened. All that's happened is I've gone from neutral about the pins. I didn't give a fuck about the enamel pins. It's gone from neutral to negative. Like Webtoon logo on my hoodie. I dare you. What are you doing to me? I don't want to pay Webtoon for an enamel pin. I'm not giving them my money. It's just to look at because he's shiny. Radar, you know you really are a cat. You know that? You know that? You're a cat. Help, same. I dedicate whole pages to stickers because I don't want them to get ruined from the environment. But imagine being a hater. I'm not a hater, okay? I'm not a hater, okay? Fuck off. Or in my ministry. Fuck you. Help. Wait. Pins on baseball caps make you look like a Joni's character. Pins on JoJo character. Pins on baseball caps make you look like you work at a Waffle House. Which honestly is a flex, not even a negative point. I see this is the thing. Every enamel pin I've seen costs like, let me check actually. The last time I bought an enamel pin, it cost me like $20. Let me look up prices right now for enamel pins. Let me go on Etsy. Let's see what's up. The kids nowadays talk. Okay, there's a UA wheat trident enamel pin for like $30. Yeah, so I'm still right. Yeah, enamel pins cost about $30 where I'm from. Like some of them could be really cheap, some of them can be like $5, but like those are the cheaper ones. But like all the really good quality ones I'm looking at here, like 10 and up, 30 and up, like a few 30s here. Etsy's not a real site. True. Etsy is a psyop. So honestly, fair point. Fair point, honestly. Etsy's a psyop. The really simple stuff is like $3. The more complicated stuff is like 20, $30. Let's say on average $20. Um, that's on average like $15 even to be fair. Like, I don't know. Don't get it. Like, do you allow plugging? Curious to know if I should continue comic or throw it to the wind. Don't want to get banned. No, you can't just plug your link unless we're doing like one of those streams where you can hand in your link in. But like, if you feel like you should be quitting your comic, if you're thinking about that, maybe you should quit your comic and then look at making a new comic. But I would always recommend that you actually properly focus on your work and make sure you're giving it at least a year or two before you start talking about quitting. If you want to quit, make sure you complete it. Don't leave people with them. Don't leave people with a holdover. Don't leave people feeling like it's not worth it. Big companies used to buy tons of enamel pins, and now they don't. The game store, which is like our GameStop, my game store used to have like loads of enamel pins, and now they just don't have any, which sucks. Absolutely sucks ass. It's cool, but um, Exactly what a hater would say. I'm not a hater, okay? I'm not a hater. I didn't know what to do with them, and then now I find out that you guys either hoard them or wear them on your hats. The only person who may have gave a good argument was the person who wore them on their jacket. Like, please. We live in a society. And I don't want to live in one anymore. Like this. I don't want to live like this. The Yaoi Army creator, the Yaoi Army guy is here. Can I ask you a question, by the way? I think he's here. Can I ask you a question, bud? How much work is it to reformat a book? Like I know how much work from one of my friends, but I want to know how much work it is for you. It's just something that came to mind. It's not even relevant to the conversation. I just want to know if you are still listening and you have time to type. It'd be cool if you just tell me a scale from easy to like fucking awful. One of the people who works at Yaoi Army, which is like a BL publishing company, yeah, an English BL publisher, said they were gonna watch. I hope they tell me how hard reformatting is. Like just a comic book. Like I know how hard it is, but I want to know how hard it is for them because they're reformatting these BLs. That's what I know. I should say the enamel pins that are expensive are the ones that like are good. Like I don't want to buy an enamel pin of cheese. Like look, I'll show you. Like I don't want to buy an enamel pin of a block of cheese. Like if I buy these pretty generic ones, like the pigeon one looks really bad by the way. But like these like pretty generic ones that are like prints of something else that are much easier. Like they're like $7-8, but like I've like if you want like a very specific custom low volume one, like $15, 15 to 20, 30. Anything that's low volume is of course always more expensive. Like the Mandalorian one. I don't know, man. We're still on this enamel pins topic, and I wanted to leave, but every time I try to leave, I get pulled back to the enamel pins topic. So frankly, you know what? I give up. I don't give a fuck. You win. Your enamel pins are good. Fuck you, people. Anyway, let me just live. Let me live. Let me fucking live, please. Jesus. Stolen art ones are weird. Oh, yeah, they're super cheap, of course, because they stole art. Yeah, but like they don't fix all your problems. Can we talk about the social and political state of the world right now? That Jaden Smith quote is so fucking stupid. Jesus Christ. I hate you people. No, my emoji did not work. Yeah, you messed up your emoji. Duh. Oh my Jesus Christ. I hate everyone in this chat. You're all the worst. You all hate me. You all bully me. It's the worst experience. Now, kids, I have a question for you. A very important question. Do you guys want to see a Kickstarter that I think is really funny? And I just think it's funny for a very small reason. I think it's funny because I think it's a little scummy too, by the way. I think it's a little scummy, but like not like bad. I cultivated this community. You're right. You know what? I brought you guys in this world. I can take you back. I can take you guys out. All right? Don't push me. But otherwise, much like an ethnic mom, I will reduce you. I will remove you from this earth. Oh, my mother used to say that to me so much. I brought you in this world. I can take you out. Mother, no. I cultivated this community. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Don't ask for me to end you. You're supposed to say no. I want to live. I feel like this is some kind of advanced form of bullying, right? Like I'm talking to you, you're giving me these responses where you essentially just express your generational trauma. This is an advanced form of bullying me, right? This is me that's getting hurt here. Like that's what's happening, right? Because the fuck is going on? I didn't ask for this. My shit is just now getting together. I will not be removed. Okay. All right. Thank you, somebody with the backbone who doesn't want to be removed. This community is toxic. It's toxic and harmful, as expected. Anyway, do you guys want to see this Kickstarter? Yes or no? Yes or no? I'm tired of this. If you don't, I swear to God, I will turn this fucking car around. I will turn this car around. Don't you push me. I need full participation. I need more. Where are the yeses or nos? Jesus fucking Christ. I think these kids on a fucking road trip can't even do shit. Possibly get driving. Don't tell me what to do. Fucking God, I hate you people so much. If it wasn't so funny, I wouldn't show you shit. We can't stop at McDonald's. There is no McDonald's on the trip, no Burger King. There is food at home. Anyway, so this is the Kickstarter for Megalith. You don't have to pee. This is the Kickstarter for Megalith. Okay? This is like some kind of advanced torture. I'm so much pain. You don't have McDonald's money. The Kickstarter for a comic called Megalith. All my patrons already have a video about this. On Patreon, there's a video where I broke this down. Like, you guys can watch that if you'd rather do that. But this is the video. This chat is honestly killing me, hurting me. So Megalith is a comic from Bad Idea Publishing. They're like a smaller indies, yeah, they're more like an indie publishing space. Best thing to say. And Megalith is one of their newest projects that they want to go to comic stores. And so they're running a Kickstarter for Megalith. And I just wanted to show you guys the tiers of it. But actually, let's look at the art. The art's really fucking good. Like, really fucking good. Really amazing. But I want to show you guys the tiers because I have a little problem with them, personally. And my problem isn't going to be clear till the end. So give me a bit. Okay? So the backer tiers work like this. For $20, you don't get a book. You get your name in the book. You get your name on the wall at the tiki bar that they're going to be having, the tiki party they're going to be having at San Diego Comic-Con. That's what you get for $20. That's it. That's everything. Okay? Now, for $40, you get an 8-page comic book from Joe Quesada, right? And the name thing I just told you about. No, you get an 8-page comic, 8 pages of the comic, and a cover drawn by Joe Quesada. Okay? Kickstarter comics are expensive, and there's nothing wrong with that. What I'm having a problem with are these tiers. For $80, you get another one of the limited edition comic books, plus a Joe Quesada cover comic, which totals 16 pages of comic books for $80, and your name in the book, and your name in the thing. For $120, you get another 8-page comic, so a total of 24 pages of comic, and your name in the cover, name in the big book. By the way, I want to point something out. All the things where your name goes in the big book, none of these tiers give you the big book that your name is going to be in. So your name will go in the big book, but none of these tiers will give you that big book so far. Even the $120 one doesn't give you that big book. But if you pay $5 extra, $125, then you get the big book and the 24 extra pages of comic and your name in the book that you will now finally own. Now, I have no problem with this book being $125. I was all for the Boom Power Rangers comic being $500 for all 5 issues. I'm a big proponent for expensive books. This is a 250-page book. $125 is pretty reasonable money, to be honest. I think so, at least. Especially for the kind of art that's going to be going into it. I think it's really worth it. I don't know what Megalith is about, to be honest. I honestly don't know. It's apparently a 5-year production comic. It's based entirely on hype. Blah blah blah. Like I wish if this was tier 1, $125. If this was tier 2, $125 for the book, big book. I'm okay with that. I think that's good. I think that's a really good deal, to be honest. For a book of this quality, I think it's a really good deal. Like, here's the thing that I don't like is that one, the previous tiers being what they are. Two, they don't really clarify that in all these tiers, your name goes in a book that you don't even get to own. And three, it's at the bottom. By the way, while we're going to the bottom, I'm going to show you a tier that I actually think is a great tier. This is their $3,500 tier. This tier gives you everything in the Kickstarter, a bunch of stuff that they've already got. You basically get everything that they can give you, right? For $3,500, which I think is really good. You get t-shirts, hats, lots of things. Everything that they can give you, they give you for $3,500. I think it's a great deal because Bad Idea has a lot of really good stuff. Okay? And also you get Megalith too. So the book that isn't even out yet, you get that too. I think it's a great deal because it's a ton of collectible stuff that you might want. I don't really like the collectible thing, but we'll get to that. Here's what I don't like. There are two tiers in the final section. The $10,000 tier where you get you pay the artist Luis La Rosa to draw you a 11-inch by 17-inch signed piece of art, which I think is great. I think that's a normal payment. It's $10,000 for a cover. That's a reasonable amount to pay this man for this art piece. I think it's reasonable. This is the tier I don't like. It's $10,000, and they just put a bunch of gibberish. You don't know what you're fucking getting. This is like fucking crypto scam level, like obfuscation. Why? This bothers me. I don't know. Maybe something's wrong with me. This bothers me like on a visceral level. Like, just tell me what I'm getting. This is a Kickstarter. Be open. Don't give me this fucking mystery box bullshit. And like, the thing that's like getting me about this, right, is that like this $10,000 like tier 20 follows a trend in this Kickstarter. The Kickstarter, honestly, for quite a lot of more mainstream comics, where like the priority of the Kickstarter isn't providing you a very interesting comic or fun story or anything. It's about providing you collectibles. Collectibles you can have, collectibles you can collect and not have other people have. One of the tiers at $750, $1,500, what it gives you, apart from the 2 vinyl figurines it gives you, is just gives you a fancier version of the $1,000 box that is a display box for you to display it in your house. Like, I don't understand like what the comic industry's focus on like collectability is. Like, comics can make money without being highly collectible. Unordinary has shown us that. So I wonder, I don't know how I feel about this whole collectible shift. And I wanted to ask you guys what you thought about it. Because like I think the art is super worth it for $125. Hell, if the book was $250, $1 a page, I'd pay $250 for it. I'd pay $250 for it. But that last tier being like, it's a publicity gimmick to get attention. I guess, yeah, if you have 10 grand and you're gonna drop it on this, like, you get fucked, right? Especially if it loses you money, like, I don't care. It's great art, like, it's amazing art. I don't like that behavior. It feels a little scummy, it feels a little gross. The work is incredible. The book seems like it would, at the very least, be a great conversational piece, if not a great thing to just like read, you know? Like, also, by the way, this is cover 1. There are multiple covers that you can get. Anyway, this is from the actual interior of the book. Yeah, it did, but like I'm telling you not to give it money. I don't think they want to hear that. Because all I'm saying is this is not worth your time or money. Don't spend money on it. It's a bad idea. The art looks really fucking good. I don't think you should buy. Hey, Thomas, I haven't seen you in months. Where have you been? Good to see you, though, bud. Good to see you, eh? Yeah, it's a beautiful art style. I just don't like the economic model behind it. Like, it just feels a little fucking off. And I don't remember the Power Rangers comic. You're working on your manga? Dude, you should send me your manga so I can see it. I'd love to see it. I like seeing the things that people make. But like, no, like, I don't know, like I'm talking about it, but I'm not happy about it. And I guess I don't remember the Power Rangers Boom comic being like this. Like I don't know. I don't understand. Um, I don't understand the need to be like this. That's it. Like I just don't understand the need to be like this. I could have sworn I found the Power Rangers. Yeah, there it is. This is the one, the 30th anniversary comic. Like where 5 issues is like 500 bucks or something. Or you could get a coin set. Like these are good. Like this is a meaningful reward for 50 bucks, right? 100 bucks gets you a single issue with a hardcover. 125 bucks gets you the foldable case. Like this is what I want my tiers to be, like this. A nice meaningful gift for paying about 25, 50 bucks. Next tier, book instantly. Next tier, better version of book. Next tier, even better version of book. Like big box slipcase for 375. Like I don't know, like this is reading really well to me. This is like a good version of the Kickstarter, and this for me is bang for buck. Like I was really tempted to drop 600 bucks on this Kickstarter. Like I had $600 at the time, and I remember just looking at this Kickstarter and going like, "Fuck, I could spend 600 bucks, get a coin, get a varsity jacket, get like the collectible box, get like a lot of really neat stuff." Like I would have dropped 600 bucks on this easy. I didn't, but I wanted to because it's made me feel like I should. I'm just broke. Um, but like the one we just looked at, the last one just made me uncomfortable. It made me feel like I was being taken for a ride. Like what? I pay you 80 bucks and then you can only give me 24 pages of comic? Like that's not fair. Like that's not fair. I don't know. Is it real? How is the coin better than an enamel pin? Easy. It's fucking Power Rangers. That's how. That's how. And it's a set of coins. It's not one coin. It's multiple coins. It's multiple coins. Me really trying to justify my criminal actions in this house. It's multiple, and the coins are their helmets. It's multiple coins. What if there were a set of Power Rangers enamel pins? You know what? If there were a set of Power Rangers enamel pins, yes, it would be worth the money. Is knowing your fan base. So with tiers like that, they probably have a good understanding of his fan base. Oh, the last one already hit its goal. Hit its goal in like a day. Hit its goal in like a day. It doesn't need me to market it. God, can I still get copies of the Power Rangers 30th anniversary edition? Yo, should I spend $600 on this comic? I'm really thinking it through right now, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm real tempted. I'm real uh like it's just 600 bucks. I could pay it off. Get a loan. Get a nice varsity jacket. It's a work expense. I could claim the tax back. Taxation, right? Back. I get the money back. No. You upload it to Manga Decks? Ooh. Oh, link it to me, bud. DM me. You have my Discord, Thomas. DM me. I don't guys look. It just looks like a good financial decision. Okay, like look, this isn't about the $600 for a Power Rangers 30th anniversary collectible box and slipcase hardcover set, plus Angel Grove High School Letterman jacket. All right, this isn't about that. It's about the memories. Okay, this is about the long term value. You know, and that's what I'm really trying to get across to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Get me, feel me. I can't even justifiably argue this one. I can't even justifiably argue this one. I feel like if I put the money down, I would get a DM right now. They'll just be like, return it from somebody. Somebody just DM'd me. uh, I'll ask my accountant. I'll ask my accountant before I buy this book. I'll ask my not accountant who's also who's secretly my accountant at night, but is actually not my accountant. Hey, Radar, are you there? Should I spend $600 on this? watch Momo Gigi come back and just be like, I'm not your accountant. And no. No one's getting McDonald's. There's food at home. Jesus Christ, you people are animals. You'll get the money back if you unbox it on YouTube Live. I won't. No, you guys aren't going to give me $600 to unbox this on YouTube and then wear a varsity jacket for 5 minutes. I get my who's secretly myself. Skip McDonald's. I want on every corner of London halal chicken. Okay. Someone's struggling in America. They need to be brought home. Hika lives in America despite being British. It's already affecting him mentally. Oh my god. I wasn't listening, but this is about the Power Rangers. You do what you want, live your life, shoot a bullet in the sky. Oh, thanks, Radar. Great job. What are you quoting me? What are you doing to me? Is this your way of getting back at me? You trying to attack me right now? Shoot a bullet in the sky is such a. You can't get McDonald's, but you get $600 or Power Rangers. Yes. Bit funny, in it, when you don't get the McDonald's. Why is the class asking me for McDonald's? Why must they be rude? I swear to God, I will turn this car around. We will no longer be going on trips to the Kickstarter factory. I never. I want to try the chicken. They just do it. Just go there and then buy. We don't. I don't have the money for the thing. I was willing to go into debt for Power Rangers though. I'm happy to go into debt for Power Rangers. We don't. Oh God. Dude, if I had $600 Power Ranger income, you know what I would be doing? You know what I'd be doing right now? Having the $600 Power Ranger stuff. I wouldn't be talking about maybe. I'd just do it. I haven't had a Happy Meal in so long. Why are you trying to railroad me into buying you guys McDonald's? Fuck this. Chicken Big Mac is a lie, by the way. It sucks. I am afraid to suck. Okay, cool. The Chicken Big Mac is terrible, apparently. Great to know. It just. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm getting bullied too much now. I'm not doing this with y'all. I will. You draw my avatar wearing a varsity jacket? No, I don't want to wear the varsity jacket. I want to wear it in real life. I want to feel like a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, Jenna. That's the reason I want it. I want to feel like I'm a Mighty Morphin Ranger. Okay? I want to I want to feel I want a Mighty Morph, Jen. That mix sucks to hear. Okay. We're all acting up today, huh? It's a night where we're all acting silly, huh? We're acting a bit foolish, huh? I really, really, really wanted to Zigga. Who's my favorite ranger? The pink ranger, of course, and then the blue ranger, and then the black ranger because he's black, and the white ranger because he's white, and then no, the white ranger is what's his name? The Power Rangers actor that's like been around for way too long. Um, but yeah, the black ranger because he's black is actually like true. That's like a joke. The yellow ranger being Asian was legitimately the most upsetting part of that show. Yeah, that's the Starship Trooper gif. Redoing that pic I did with just the jacket. Oh Jesus. Okay. Thanks, Kylie. I appreciate you making fan art. I guess. Is this fan art or is this harassment content? Okay. I want to close up for the night. I want to do something else. I have a bunch of work to do. But so since we want to close off, let's do this. We're gonna read a comic. Power Rangers. I watched the Yellow Ranger was black. Wait, no, you're. Oh no, no. I mean, fine. I just need to show you guys this because like people haven't seen this, so they don't know about like the weird situation where. So this is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You uncultured swine. Okay, you disgust me with your lack of knowledge of Power Rangers. Okay, this is the Blue Ranger that got bullied for being gay. This is the Green Ranger who was formerly the White Ranger, who's a long-term actor in the Power Rangers canon and has been multiple Power Rangers. He's even in Dino Thunder. He's the Black Ranger in Dino Thunder. This is the Red Ranger. I think he's white. And this is the Black Ranger being black. Okay? This is the Mighty Morphin. Mighty Morphin lads, lasses. Then this is the new one that I don't really care about. I think this is the new one. I don't remember. Okay, cool, great. Um, yeah, because he's black. Yeah, all the black people like the Black Ranger because he's black. That's true. No one thought beyond that ever for one moment. And here's the Green Ranger being the White Ranger for like a few minutes. Yeah, there. That's the same guy. I don't know why he's acting in the Brazilian version of Power Rangers, but yeah. Red got arrested for tax fraud. Wait, what? Yeah, all they did was reshoot all the out of costume scenes and then tie it up with the action scenes from Japan. Lol. Love Saban's Power Rangers, man. Anyway. Yeah, he becomes the White Ranger later. And then he eventually becomes the Black Ranger in Dino Thunder. Why am I sharing my Power Rangers lore with you? You're not even worth it. You guys don't deserve my Power Rangers lore. You guys don't. You guys haven't worked hard for this lore. You don't know what I went through to get this lore. You don't know how many episodes of Rangers I watched to get this lore. So, as I was trying to say earlier, but I couldn't say because I was too busy laughing at you guys' bullshit. Remember the Ooze Power Ranger movie? Wait, that was a thing. I didn't know that. Oh God. Oh, that was. I didn't know that was a movie. Okay. Well, you mean like the Mighty Morphin movie? Yeah, that's the movie. Yeah. Dude, what the fuck is going on with the Power Rangers? Anyway, I wanted to read Thomas's comic on stream, but you know what? I'm just gonna read it by myself. Fuck you guys. You guys are stressing me out. You guys are stressing me out. I wanted to read Thomas's comic on stream, but you guys are stressing me out. It's good comic. They look good. They look beautiful. You know, real pretty. Real pretty comic. You know, great work. But none of you get to see this with me. Although I will give you the link. That was a thing. Anyway, I will give you the link to the comic as I close off for the evening. I have other shit to do. before I, yeah. Also, guys, you know, as I'm closing up for the evening, I want you to think about what the margins are on your most expensive merch item. Like what the margins are on your most expensive merch item, and think of that. When you think of that, tell yourself, I will take that exact number that will give it to charity. Okay, that's what you should be doing with that money. Instead of spending it on furry Patreons, you monster. Anyway, good night, everyone. Because I want to do other things instead of watching everyone talk about the female turtle from TMNT, the TMNT 90s movies. I remember that was a thing. What you did. Yeah. Good night, everyone. See you guys next week or something. I hope I could do the abs thing next week. That'd be nice. Yeah, that's it. Sometimes the stream just ends like this. I should donate to the writer's strike. That's really important, actually. Donate to the writer's strike. They need the money more than you do. They're all broke.